Good morning everyone, how are we doing and welcome to today's stream. I hope you're all having a great Thursday. Great to see you, Olio, William, Andre, Wick Farms, Ashley, Vader, Wadey, Natalie and King Turf Tut. Good to see you all, as well as everyone else joining us. Hope you're all well. We are kicking off a bit earlier today, but we want to get this Deoxys. It's got to happen today. Thanks for joining, friends. I hope you're all having a great start to your day, as I've already said. And yeah, we got some good stuff this morning already, dropping the Fear Coco mystery gift drop, and we got the Dondoza raid starting later today. So lots going on. Let me know what you're doing if you're joining in with your own hunts and your own games and things like that. Would love to hear, and obviously wish you some shiny luck along the way. Today's the day, I'm sure of it. Hope you're doing good, Pat. I'm doing good, mate, this morning. Hope you are as well. Great to see you, Wadey. And it's got to be the day. It's got to be today. King Turd Tut, finally back. It's me, Brayden. Brayden, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing all right. And great to have you join the stream with us this morning. Joe, good morning. How are you today? Hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. This has been a long hunt. Let's hope it shines today. I'm praying it does. Natalie has to. See how many we can get up to. I'm hoping before 14,000. It'd be nice if it does, but we can only keep trying. PT Red, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday morning or afternoon, whatever time it is where you are in the world. Hope you get this in this stream. I'm hunting Arceus as we speak. 2 weeks, 3 to 4 days in. Crazy is insanity. Hope one of us is lucky. Hope both of us are lucky today, mate. Good luck, Anthony, with the hunt today. I hope you do see the Arceus shine. It's a great one. We still got to do that hunt ourselves, so at some point in the near future we will get around to going back for the Arceus in BDSP. But mate, if you do get it, let us know. But send you all the shiny luck. Thank you, Vader. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're well, and great to have you join us early on this morning. Mr. Wolf, good to see you. Good morning, Afroman. How are you doing this morning, mate? Good to see you. Thanks for joining this morning. 4 AM watching the stream, but I might pass out sleeping while this is on the background. The Monster Fiend, it is great to have you here for however long you can stick around and hold off the sleep. But when you do, get some good rest, my friend, and I'll hopefully catch you maybe when you're back up and about later on. Not too bad hunting Dunsparce and Crystal right now. Awesome, mate. Are you planning to get the shiny and trade it up to have a better chance at the 3 segment to Dunsparce? Are you going to keep it in Crystal? Is it a playthrough that you're doing, or shiny dream quest or anything like that? The Pro Gamer, I hope, mate, today has to be the shiny. I'm hoping it is. Olio, is there any way to shiny hunt Darkrai and Shaman? There is in BDSP. I think if you've got Platinum, you can do the Void glitch, and then you can shiny hunt them that way. But if you've got, is it the members card for Darkrai and then Oak's Letter, which is mystery gift exclusives in BDSP? I don't know how you would get them otherwise in the Switch, but they're the ways you can hunt them. It's really frustrating because like those games are still active, still being played, but the mystery gift for those events didn't run for very long. So you missed it when they were running. It's really frustrating. It'd be nice if they did it like a little repeat of them, just to bring them back, just to make sure that like those that have bought BDSP were able to get them, you know. But they're the only ways I know at the minute. Jared, I got the Fear Coco gift and the line is added to the Pokédex. Awesome to hear, mate. It's a nice mystery gift. I think if you're starting a new playthrough as well, if you're doing any sort of playthrough quest, because technically you could potentially do a shiny only run with all the starter Pokemon in your team now, because you're going to be able to, at least for the time being, if you do it in this window up until around September the 30th, I think is when the Sprigatito ends, you'll be able to get them, then do the Masuda hunt for the shinies, which is really cool, you know, or just play through with all of the starters in your game, which is really nice. It's a nice mystery gift. Ashley, how you doing, mate? I was wondering, saw a checklist of Ruby Sapphire post game, but yet it says master the battle tower, singles, doubles, multi, but I have been informed that Emerald is the only one to do doubles multi. What would the difference be though? What's the achievement that you get, Ashley, from that? Is that just for the stars for your trainer card? Kaylee, how are you doing? Good to see you. Wow, stream started super early today before I even clocked in. We were early today. I was like, with my car being getting fixed at the minute, I know I'm going to get a call at some point this afternoon. They called me yesterday and they were like, it'll be ready in the afternoon. So I was like, if I start early today, it means that we can get at least some good time in before I have to kind of shoot off and pick it up, because I need to get it before tomorrow, because we go away for the week tomorrow. So I need to get it today, which is a little bit unfortunate. So I was like, okay, we'll squeeze in a stream early on today, hopefully tick off the Deoxys. I'm praying we can get it this morning. It would be great if we can. But yeah, it's great to see you though, and thank you so much to everyone joining. Of course, I know it is a little bit earlier, so not everyone's up and about yet. Dustin, how are you doing, mate? I'm doing good, still running through Frigiback's eggs. 6,000 soft resets on Fire Red for Bulbasaur, and I just got a copy of Soul Silver yesterday, so 300 soft resets for a shiny starter. Mate, I've committed to going for a shiny Oni, like a Dream Team quest in Pokemon Fire Red on that Japanese cart that I got. So I've started the hunt for a shiny Charmander starter in that one, and I'm about 4,000 resets in for the Charmander right now, and it doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. But hopefully I'm going to put that into a video on the channel, so it's something to do outside when I've got a little bit of time working along other things as well. So we'll see how that goes. I will keep you up to date with how that hunt is going, but good luck with yours as well, mate. Really annoying, but it is what it is. It is annoying if there's slight differences, Ashley. Well, it makes kind of no sense either. Better Crest, good to see you, mate. How are you doing? Just got the notification for Roy's Fuecoco mystery gift. Straight to the shiny Deoxys hunt right away. Yes, mate, we're diving in early this morning. Hope you enjoy picking up that Fuecoco as well. It's nice that we get it with the partner ribbon as well. It's going to be shiny at 13,350. Pro gamer, I really, when people throw out like guesses, that's one that I'm hoping is right. I think it might be. The Monster Fiend, I'm doing good. Just thinking about trading my second copy of Pokemon Black for the entire 3rd gen Pokemon games. Do you have Pokemon White? I'm just thinking, like, do you have a Gen 5 game? Because, like, the Gen 3 games are so great. So if you can do that trade for them, like one for those, that collection, it's amazing. Just make sure that what you're getting in return is like legit, because there's a lot of like very good looking fakes on the market. So just do your research before jumping into doing anything like that. I'd hate to think you lose your like legit copy of Pokemon Black and then get some like fake copies of Gen 3 games. Still no luck on the Teensy Alola Raichu. I'm convinced it doesn't exist. Kaylee, I'm so sorry to hear that. I am exactly the same. I just think Jumbo, Teensy, they're not even possible. Hopefully today though you have a bit better luck and prove us both wrong. I feel like I've given in now with the Raichu. Done so many. I think I'm up to 120 shiny Alolan Raichus. I'm just like, I don't feel like I got the energy anymore to do it. What you got? I can see a BMW X1. Oh, that's not mine. No. Is that in the reflection? Oh, you can. Yeah. No, that's across the street from where we are. I have, no, it's nothing as flashy as that. I got like a big 4x4 Honda CRV, but the brake, we've had like issues with the the brake light on it, like keeps coming on, which is pretty scary, because like the on the dashboard, when that normally comes on, it means the brakes are failing, but the brakes are fine, so it's like an electrical fault, which is not ideal. So yeah, but that is a nice car out there. It is a nice car. Unfortunately, Gregor, nothing as flash as that. Be nice though. Pokemon Black 2, I mean, ooh, that's even like Pokemon Black 2. That's even more rare. I would be like, nah, don't trade that. Don't trade it. Be so hard to pick up again. Pokemon Black 2, White 2, very difficult games to find. Unless it's like a spare copy, of course. But I mean, it's your game, so you do whatever you would like with it, my friend. I feel like Black 2, White 2, Very difficult games to get. I would hate to be in a position where I needed to buy those games right now. They're just astronomical prices. Is there a way to do what you're doing but on a different Pokemon on the Switch? No, William. No, Deoxys is not available in any Switch title. So the only way to shiny hunt it as well is in Pokemon Leaf Green, Fire Red. You can do it in Emerald. It's a bit of a workaround though, because you can't do the resets, so you have to do the runaway method in Emerald for it when you're doing it there, and that means doing the puzzle every single time you come back into this area, so it makes it a really long grueling hunt, whereas Fire Red, Leaf Green are the easier ones to do it in. Aaron, good to see you, mate. I hope you are well, having a good day. Earlier than normal stream. It is, mate, very early today. I'm getting workout in before I end my night. Nice, mate. I hope the workout goes well, and great to see you as always. Now, the only achievement I needed was a 50 streak in the tower, which I've done, but I'm redoing it to get the ribbons for Latios, Hariyama, and Lantern. Hopefully one day we'll get Emerald. Mate, I hope. You know what you should do, Ashley? A cheaper alternative, and this is what I did with the Fire Red, was I kind of would have preferred an English Fire Red, but I was like, the price difference between an English Fire Red and a Japanese Fire Red was like, you know, 60-70 pound. So I was quite happy just being like, it's kind of cool having a Japanese copy. So have a look at Japanese copies of Emerald. I'm sure they're a lot cheaper than like English copies of the game. So that might be an option for you, mate, to pick up Emerald. The Deoxys timeline is weird. First, you can't change the form. Second, you can't change it. Third, you need an item. Yeah, it's made so much more streamlined in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think you get the item from the auction house in Porto Marinada, so you can change them pretty easily there. But yeah, in the Gen 3 games, it's not the best. Who's this missed call from? Is this from the garage? Is this now? No, it's not. Okay, it's all right. I just need to keep an eye. I have like the worst signal in my house as well, so if I get a call, it normally just comes up as a missed call and the phone actually never rings. It's really frustrating. I don't think that's, although they have left. Where's that from? Birmingham. No, definitely not anything to do with my car, which is fine. I got a limited Hyundai an Elantra lease after turning in my Carolina, and I'll admit I've fallen in love with it. So many nice safety features, especially love the parking and the blind spot cameras. That's what I really like on ours. We've got like the camera when you're parking and stuff like that, which is like, because we basically just upgraded what we had, and all the nice like fancy features, they're so good on it as well. This one's got like heated seats as well, so it's like, it's got some nice features to it. I like it, but I always prefer, like, we had an older one and it had a turbo injection and it was so powerful. So going from that to this one, which doesn't have that turbo injection, feels so different when I'm driving it, but I guess I don't need to go as fast. Orange headband, never melt ice. How you doing, mate? It is here. It is here, waiting. It only comes on when we get the Deoxys. I meant the method you're doing, but on a completely different Pokemon on the Switch, not Deoxys. Yeah, BDSP. I don't think there's anything in Scarlet and Violet that you'd be able to do this on, like the reset method. But in BDSP you can. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee you can as well. And Legends Arceus, pretty much everything except Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, so Legends Arceus, you can do it on the Alpha Pokemon. Sword and Shield, you can do it on a bunch. There's loads of them that you can do it on. Probably more. Well, no, you don't need the DLCs because there's hunts in just Galar that you can do, like soft resetting. For BDSP, pretty much most of the legendary encounters you can do soft resetting for. So yeah, there's a bunch of them. Gregor, the sound is the soundtrack is Glitch X City, so it's their lo-fi and chill beats. If you wanted to look at it, mate, I'll check it out. Sir Cross, good morning, mate. How are you doing today? Good to see you, my friend. Oh, the heated seats, Kaylee. Like, it's such a difference. Like, our old car, when I used to drive up to Bristol in the winter, oh my God, it was so cold. So cold. It used to take ages to warm up as well. And this car, the new one's just like such a game changer. Just like you're never cold or hot in it. I'm in a similar boat to you. I'm at 12,500 encounters in Black 2. Oh, mate, today has to be the day. So, Cross, you're going to get it. I'm going to get the Deoxys. You're going to get yours. Is it the Tepig that you're going for at the minute? Are you moved on to a different one? I have 26 shiny marked Alolan Raichus out of 95. No teensy. Doesn't feel right, does it? And nearly a whole box of marked Alolan Raichus. It's pretty cool. Which is the nicest mark that you've got, Kaylee? Luke, good morning, mate. How are you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Hope your week's been going good. Joining us today, hopefully, for the shiny Deoxys. If you had heated seats in Australia, your car would probably burn to the ground. Very true, mate. Now I'm on the 4th hunt, my badge quest, doing encounters in Relic Castle for Sandisle, Yanmask or Sandshrew. Okay, mate, which one are you kind of hoping that you get out of all those 3? Polly, good morning. How are you doing today? I hope you're well and having a great Thursday. And also, guys, if you haven't seen it or picked it up yet, if you've got the opportunity, of course, don't forget there is a Roy's Fuecoco mystery gift running in Scarlet and Violet now. It's not like a limited time thing. You've got plenty of time, I think, till January 2025 to pick it up. So lots of time to be able to get that one. But it is running right now. Sandshrew or Sandal, because Lisa, well, yeah, that makes sense. Sandal would be nice because that pod dark typing that you would be able to get, that's what I'd be kind of hoping for. Although the shiny Sandshrew and Sandslash would be very cool. So I think you can't lose with both of them, but I wouldn't complain about Yan. I mean, the Yan mask would be really nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Cophagrigus would be very cool. It's got such a nice shiny. Kindly Mark, my favorite so far, I think. Kindly Mark, that is a nice one. It kind of like really fits that Pokemon as well, doesn't it? Alolan Raichu seems like a very kind and gentle Pokemon. Doing good, thanks. Although I found a shiny Skuntank that mementoed. Oh no. Oh, that makes me so sad. That makes me very sad. I'm sorry to hear that, Polly. I hope the shiny gods redeem that act of awfulness from the Skuntank. That's so rubbish. Such a nice shiny as well. Heat and humidity is so bad here in Queensland during the summer months that my e-bike LCD display overheated and now it has dead pixels. No way it gets that hot, mate. That's crazy. That's mad. You would think they would put, like, I don't know, would they be able to put things in to kind of compensate for the heat in the electronics? You would think they would. Will you do a video on a build for Gimmighoul if you find a shiny and let people join with you? I wouldn't want to make us fail. Yes, I will, mate. I'll probably do a whole video on it before the event goes live. So, and of course, if I do come across the shiny myself, the whole idea of getting the shiny myself, like, I would like it myself, but I want to host it for you guys. So that's what we'll do while it's running, if I can manage to get it. I'm excited about the Sushi Fish event coming. Do you think it'll be easy to get shinies than it was for Raichu? Yes, I do. Yeah, it's going to be the same boosted shiny odds. So the shiny should be very easy to get. It's just going to be a case of, do you want them with marks? Because that's going to be the thing that'll make the event a little bit trickier to get. Like if you go on Teensy Jumbo mark or a Destiny mark or a rare mark or anything like that, but you're going to have an absolute easy time picking the shinies up for sure. But yeah, the Tatsugiri outbreaks are going to be a lot of fun, going live later tonight. I just got a copy of Sun and Ultra Sun. I haven't played them, so I'll start playthrough tomorrow. Wick fams, that's very exciting, mate. You'll have to let us know how you find the playthroughs, but that's awesome to hear, mate. You're gonna do. The only thing is, doing them in like order is they're very similar games, right? And this is, I think, one of the things that put me off Alola in general, and that generation was played Sun and Moon, and then Ultra Sun and Moon came out, and Ultra Sun and Moon is like other than the post game, is just like a pretty much copy and paste job of Sun and Moon. So it felt very much like it was a bit of a grind playing through Ultra Sun and Moon, but you might not find that. That might have just been me. But the post game stuff in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is very cool. It is very good. Just use belly drum, facade, a Saluna with guts. If it's a ghost type though, you won't be able to use the facade. Just saying. Eeveelution gets crunched though, so you'll be alright. Yeah, Eeveelution is a good shout for it. Fun fact, for Pokemon Black, they forgot to shiny lock certain legendary dragon Pokemon. Yeah, so you can shiny hunt Kyurem in it. We were talking about that yesterday. Forgive me, what I used previously. Teensy Mark doesn't exist, can't convince me otherwise. It's a fake mark. It's just it's a myth at this point. Luckily, I purchased an extended warranty and claiming a repair now. Oh, that's good, mate. Yeah, but the lesson is to always buy an extended warranty for bikes. Yeah, mate. For sure. Especially if you're going to have that sort of issue with them. Glad that you were able to get it cleared up though, mate. Have 2 shiny white Tatsugiri, whichever form that is. Is that the... I want to say stretchy, but I don't know if it is. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I always get confused with the forms. It's a dreaming. How are you doing, mate? Early bird today. We are, mate. Wanting to get these encounters resets done for this Deoxys. See if we can snag it today. I'm praying we can. I just want to tick this Deoxys off. So we'll keep going. We'll try. Luke, good morning, mate. I don't know how you have this much patience. It's amazing. You guys keep me going through these hunts, honestly. Set cross, then use Earthquake. Yeah, you could just use Earthquake. That could be the other option. They've been recently stung. Those going got shiny sushi. Remember, it knows Memento too. Ah, that is such a good tip, actually. Yeah, because that would be brutal, especially if it's like the marked one or something. Headlong Rush, Sucrose, yeah. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is objectively better than Sun and Moon, but it really screwed with Lucamine's narrative. That is very true, yeah. The end stuff with her. She turns a bit crazy without spoiling anything. Anticipation for the shiny Sadratch. I hope we can get it. With so many resets in now, it feels like it has to come. I remember Daniel Walker trying to get the legendary Z Crystal on Ultra Sun 5 minutes before Sydney Regionals in 2019. Wow. The race, he got it minutes before he started. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's like leaving everything to the last minute. Be happy just catching one of each shiny variant. Yeah, I think I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to go for marked ones. I might do, but I would just I'd like to get the set complete. Be nice. And different balls as well. We've been trying to contact you concerning your bike's extended warranty. Yeah. It's scrubbed now. I'm waiting for that Beldum outbreak because that shiny is good. A Beldum outbreak would be, yeah, be very, very cool. You know, the Hisui and Sliggoo, I think that's going to be a really cool one as well. I think that's running the same time as the Dragonite. So that one's going to be really nice because that'll be the first time we'll be able to get that Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet as well. Natively, anyway. Goldingo isn't affected by momentum, by the way, if you want to use that when trying to catch Tatsugiri. Hey, Sir Crow's coming in with all the tips this morning, mate. That's a really good tip, actually. So Goldingo, it's nice for just getting rid of the outbreaks as well, because it's pretty fast, speedy on the field to just knock them out. Is Kyurem's lack of shiny lock available in all regions of Black 2 game cards, or just the US ones? No, it's in all of them. Yeah, I think as far as I know, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be shiny locked, but the shiny lock just wasn't on that particular Pokemon, so it means you can shiny hunt Kyurem, but you can't for the Zekrom or the Reshiram. They are locked. Never skipped through a storyline more than Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. Mate, I burnt through those games so quickly. I did a playthrough on the channel of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon as well. Just full of regret. Did I? But I finished it. I did finish it, but I was like full of regret. I didn't enjoy it. I think that's what left that bad taste in my mouth with Alola, really. That playthrough in particular, because I think before then I was like, obviously enjoyed Sun and Moon, but then that was just like, oh my gosh, I've got to do all of the same things over again, and it's really grindy at the start. The anime was good, yes, mate. Yeah, that is true. This Deoxys reset is so fast compared to the Arceus. I know, right? I think you can do about 3 resets for the Deoxys in the time that you can do 1 for Arceus, because we've done, this is how long we've been doing this hunt for. We've done hunts where we've done the double hunt where we had the Arceus running and the Deoxys at the same time, and we kind of timed it to see how many you could do. BDSP is brutal for resets. That's why I always take my hat off to anyone going in and doing any hunts for anything in BDSP that involves resetting. Never finished Ultra Sun with Shiny Hunt and Poipole when Sword and Shield came out and I gave up. Oh mate, you should go back to it and finish it up. Post-game stuff in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is actually really good. Petro, good morning mate, how are you doing? Crows, maybe I'll hunt Kyurem for my Black 2 badge quest. You should do it, mate. That's a great one. Imagine having that in your team. That would be such a cool one to do. King, anytime I'm stuck at something I don't want to farm in Scarlet and Violet and find your videos and go, I am saved. Thank you so much, mate. Those are very kind words, and thank you for supporting the videos and stuff as well. I hope they continue to be helpful on the channel. So we'll have, of course, the next one that'll be up is going to be that Dondozo solo raid, which will be tonight. I do think it's going to be a tricky raid, so that one might take a little bit longer to get up than usual. It might be post the 2 hours after, depending on how quick we can figure out just what the best way to approach it is. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be a difficult one, just because the 6-star Terra raid is pretty difficult for a 6-star raid, so I can imagine this one being annoying and just grindy. So I don't know, it might be worth holding off if you're wanting to farm Herba Mysticas. I still stand by the Pikachu is the best event that we've had so far for farming them. It might be worth just holding off keeping your Pikachu until you've got a good number of Herba Mystica in your game, until you change over to the Dondozo. It does mean that you're missing out on the Tatsugiri raids, but they're going to be there until what, the 9th of August, so you've got plenty of time to take advantage of this event. Gen 7 was the most boring generation in my opinion. Yeah, I gotta, Aaron, it's never one that I look at that fondly, which is weird because I think when I think of like the Pokemon from Gen 7, like the Tapus, you've got like the Alolan regional forms, they're all great Pokemon. You got new Pokemon in there as well, like you had Araquanid, one of my favorites, Golisopod. There's lots of really cool Pokemon in there and lots of cool characters as well, like Guzma and Team Skull. Very, like, I love Guzma, and the story arc that Guzma has, especially in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, is very cool. So there's lots of things I really love about that generation, but there's lots of things that I'm not massively fond of as well. So it's definitely one that I like aspects of, but I almost feel like I didn't like the island challenges where opposed to gyms, and I know it's good to try different things, right? So they want to try a different format for Pokemon because it's a different region and stuff, but I don't know. I was not as fond of that. It didn't really feel as Pokemon as what I would have liked it to be, yeah. Should I play Ultra Sun? I could give my Sun copy to my little brother. It's not a bad idea, because I don't think you're missing. Is there anything? I'm trying to think if there's anything that you would miss out from between the two. I really don't think there is. If there is anyone can think of, let me know. Rich, good morning, mate. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. Having a good start to your Thursday. Hope we had a nice time up in the, I hope it was sunny northeast yesterday. Cover cloak blocks the effects of yawn, right? No, it doesn't. It'd be nice if it did, mate. It would be, but no. Because it's a 2-turn move. It doesn't block it. What is the one Pokemon you're all hoping to get a new Mega in AZ? Oh, that's a tough one. This starter Pokemon I would love to see get Megas. I think Meganium for Alligator. I don't think we're going to get both, but if one of them got it, I think that'd be nice. Snorlax would be another one I'd love to see get a Mega. I think Mega Snorlax would be very cool. Even Mega Raichu would be quite a cool one to get. Yeah, there's so many though, right? What about yourself, Anthony? What are you kind of hoping for to see from ZA? New Megas. Ashley, you're too kind, mate. You're too kind. Youngley, good morning, mate. How are you doing? You have to get the shiny today. We have to. We have to. Kelly, I feel like the Dondozo won't be one I really farm. I am exactly the same as that. I feel like it's going to be slow for farming through. Unless there's like incredible drops. Unless it guarantees like... Could you imagine if it was such a grind? It was like, we'll guarantee you 5 Herba Mysticas. They might even shiny unlock it. I doubt it. But they might add some different things that we've not seen before. I'm reaching with it. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be one that we can farm. Unfortunately, I feel like it's going to be a slog and a half. Sent my leaf green team plus Blaziken from Sapphire over to Colosseum last night, and I just love Snorlax in this game. And of course, the green Mewtwo, the green in that game. It always reminds me, it smacks of like Espeon's shiny a lot in that game. I really love it. Best for VGC, really. Do you think the next Pokemon game will be extremely different because of the pressure that came from Palworld? No, I don't think Palworld really would have anything to do with it, you know. I think they've got a plan with how they want the Legends games to go. I think Legends Arceus was a real testing, like a sandbox game almost, where they were just testing new ideas, wanting to see how it was received within the community. And I think because of its kind of overwhelming success, that's why they've went forward with it. And I think it will be different compared to Legends Arceus. I think we'll have new things added to it that we didn't have in Legends Arceus. Maybe we get held items. But I don't think Palworld really puts any pressure on Pokemon at all. When you look at the two companies, like Pokemon's this behemoth, like enterprise company, and Palworld has done well, right? But I don't think they're similar enough to make Pokemon think, we need to worry about that game. I think more so Pokemon, and I think it's like telling as well in their recent communications where they've said they're going to spend more time on developing games. Like this year we haven't got anything, right? And it might be into the middle of next year around this time or even later before we get ZA. So I think that really is indicative of them being more responsive to the feedback from Scarlet and Violet from the community and being like, yeah, okay, we realize that these games we didn't have as much time as we would have liked to kind of finish these games, etc. So we're going to take the extra time that we need to make sure when we do put a game out, it is the finished product and stuff like that. So, but I really don't think Palworld's got anything to do with that, to be honest. I think those issues was like sprung from probably Scarlet and Violet and a long line of what we've heard about in terms of Game Freak being pushed to the limits with their workforce from the whole time, you know, from Scarlet and Violet, BDSP and all of that. So yeah, but in my opinion, I don't think Palworld plays any role in that or any decisions really. I don't think it's got Pokemon worried in any way. Is this a missed call from the garage? I think it is. It is. The garage have rang me. Okay, so I'll have to ring them back at some point. We'll do for me a few more resets and I'll have to give them a call. Hopefully they leave a voice message. Mega Snorlax, I honestly don't think that's ever come to mind, lol. Mega Dragonite would be fun. Mega Dragonite would be very fun. It would be, yeah. Love Curselax to Gen 3. Yes, Curselax. Oh, so good. And I had a bit of a spell in like 2017 as well, VG. Shiny Mimikyu is so hard to identify in Scarlet and Violet. It's not the easiest. The lighting definitely doesn't help it either. I mean, Gecko, please, like, that's just my humble opinion on it, you know? I mean, if you've got thoughts yourself on it, share them with us, because it's all, you know, all about opinions, and it'd be good to hear what you think as well. I just don't think that Palworld has any sort of gravitas on making decisions that Pokemon would implement in their games off it. It's not. It had its moment, right, where I feel like Palworld did pop off for maybe a couple of weeks, but then, like everything else, I think it just kind of went away. And there are similarities between some of the things that you get in Palworld and Pokemon, but again, I never really saw it being like Pokemon. Like, it always got advertised as Pokemon with guns, right? And I was like, I think more content creators are using the Pokemon name to get more interest in Palworld, you know? And I'm not saying it's a bad game at all. I can't even comment on it because I've never played Palworld. So I'm not judging Palworld at all when I'm saying this. I'm just saying that I think a lot of content creators bundle Pokemon up with it because of the slight similarities with animals and maybe the shiny stuff. But really, when you look at Palworld as a game, it's nothing like Pokemon. So I don't know. I don't really see it as a direct competitor to Pokemon at all. So just my 2 cents on it. Shiny Mimikyu, yeah. Youngly, I hope you have some better luck getting those shinies very soon though. Was doing some Pikachu Herbo farming last night and the Lurantis build smashed it. Nice, Rich. Lurantis just rolls through it, doesn't it? And I mean, if you've already got a built-in game, it makes sense just to use that of the superior. They're pretty much very similar to each other. Pretty sure Pokemon will absorb Palworld and just make an American region equivalent. Well, I mean, we already have Unova, you know, and that's based on America and New York, so. Sir Soggy, salute. How are you doing, mate? Good morning to you, my friend. How are we doing today? Palworld didn't have the legs. Most Pokemon derivatives don't, yeah. And it's nothing to say that it would be a bad thing, because I think if it did have a real competitor, it might, you know, it's nothing wrong with having like a competitor in whatever facet of life that you've got, because if you've got competition, I think it spurs you on to do better things, drives you forward. Not saying that Pokemon don't have that drive already, but I think, you know, sometimes you do need that competition to just push you a little bit further forward in what you want to achieve. So it's not a bad thing, but Palworld ain't that, I don't think. Aaron never played Palworld, forgot it existed. Yeah, I just never jumped into it. And to be honest, like the whole Pokemons with guns thing, like, I know it might sound like one of those things like, why would it put you off? But it put me off straight away, that tagline. And I'm just like, I'm not really, it's not my sort of thing, not my jam. So I never really was super interested in getting into it. But I like the fact that like a lot of people enjoy it. You know, it's nice. Like, there's no reason why you can't be a fan of Palworld and Pokemon, you know? And I have actually shifted the meta with it in the standard and under formats with Lantern, Curslax, and my bulky teams. Ashley, I wish Scott was on the chat a bit more. He can't really come in that much at the minute because I think he's always busy working when we're streaming. But Scott is a huge fan of Lantern, especially in those earlier games. Swamp Thing, I'm thinking of a Dragonite raid is going to be a pain. Yes, it is. I think it was Sir Cross came up with the idea about Bronzong with body press. I think that one might be the one, you know. I think that could be a good solo against it. Iron defense, body press. You've got all the resistances there. You've got a way to hit it super effective. You're not weak to the flying type attacks until you terrestrialize, and at that point you're probably boosted up with your iron defenses anyway, so you don't really care about what the Dragonite's going to throw out at you. And you could maybe even just go Stellar Terra type with the Bronzong, so you don't have those weaknesses, but you still get a little bit of a boost to those body press attacks. So maybe, but I think it's going to be a difficult one nonetheless. Finally started my hunt for shiny Cresselia in BDSP. Wish you luck, Afro Man. Wishing you all the luck, mate. I hope you and us both get our shinies today. Yeah, Terra Stella. That's probably the way to go, isn't it? I feel a little bit bad, Sir Cross, because I didn't give you the shout out that you deserve for the Electivire, really, because you spawned that idea with that one. But I will make sure when I do the preview video, and Bronzong will be there, the top of the list. I might even nickname it Sir Cross, the Bronzong, the shiny Bronzong. But I will make sure to shout out, because you definitely conceived that idea for us. Monster Feeder, by the way, I have 2 copies of Pokemon Black with case and the instructions, but one has the Nintendo Club thing. Wow, okay, if you got 2 copies, then that trade makes way more sense, right? And then you're not like losing out on not having it at all. Nice that you've got all the bits in there. I've still got, like, when I look through some of my older games, I've still got the Nintendo Club thing in there, and it's still got, you know, the foil hasn't been scratched off for the code or anything. I do wonder, I'm like, would I be able to still redeem that now? Probably not, but it's funny. Astro, how you doing, mate? I hope you're good. Thanks for joining the stream today. Friends, I will just say, if you're coming in, swinging into the stream, help the stream out today. It's this really great way to support the channel, the stream, and it costs absolutely nothing to do. But if you can drop a like on the stream just to get those likes up this morning, it would be very, very much appreciated. If you can take 2 seconds just to smash that like button for us and help us get on the road to those bigger numbers. Might persuade the Deoxys to come out, but that might be just a rumor as well. But thank you so much to everyone that has dropped a like on the stream so far this morning. But if you can, it'd be much appreciated. Whisper, no, unfortunate, you can't redeem the scratch codes anymore from the old games. Is that because, like, the eShop and stuff on the 3DS and the Wii systems is closed? So it's, yeah, it's done. That's sad. Have you finished all the bad coffee you got? No, this is like pretty much, I think I got one more cup left probably to go, Ollie. So it's like, it's nearly done. My torture is nearly over. But then I got a week away next week, and I'm like, the coffee next week's not going to be the best, I don't think. Although I think the place that we're staying, I think there's like a breakfast place. So it could technically go there. Smash that like button, pulls out a hammer, breaks it completely. Rico, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Here we go. Hopefully. Yeah, look, Nintendo Club was cool. Very cool. All the little bits that I think you can still get, like, I think you can still, with your points, you can still order some pretty cool stuff on there. Ivan is asking, anyone want to do a BBQ quest in Scarlet and Violet right now? If you're interested, you want to jump in and join Ivan, give him a shout in chat and you can set it up. Nothing worse than bad coffee. Yeah, mate. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just not the best. There is definitely worse I could have. $13,300, the magic number. That looks like a nice number for Deoxys to show up on, doesn't it? That really does. 13,333. That's the one that I want it to show up on. Come on, Deoxys, don't let us down. We can do it today. We can do it. You are orange once again, and we don't want to see the orange. Come on, Deoxys. Have you seen the news that Trippier is probably leaving? I have, mate. I don't know. I'm in two minds about it. Like, what he's done for Newcastle since he's come in is amazing. Like, I'll always be like so thankful for what he's done. But there's a big part of me that's like, I don't think there's like, I don't feel like he's happy in Newcastle. And I haven't felt like he's been happy the last year really, because his performances haven't been what they were. And I don't know whether that's stuff going on in his personal life. There's a lot of rumors coming out. I think there was the England camp that he left from for personal reasons, and loads of rumors came out about what it was about after that. I don't really read too much into the truth because you never know really what's happened, but his performance has definitely dropped off. And it's hard, like, you can't blame one player for like certain results, but it stings, mate. That FA Cup game against Chelsea, the quarterfinal game against Chelsea, like, what was he doing in that game? Like, that, I just feel like he wasn't in a good place. And it's one game, so I'm not going to judge him on that. I think he's a brilliant player. But at the same time, we've got Livramento there, and I think Livramento's probably shown enough to be easily able to step in and probably be an upgrade to what Trippier was offering. So we'll see what happens, mate. If he wants to leave, I know he wanted to leave to go to Bayern in the window, supposedly, according to reports and stuff like that. So I think if they come knocking again, that might happen, or he might go somewhere else. But Saudi's been linked heavily, so he might be one that sees him go. I'd be kind of surprised if he went. I think with us getting Paul Mitchell as our sporting director, I felt at that point Trippier might stay, because Paul Mitchell brought Trippier in to Tottenham when he was at Tottenham, so Yeah, but it's all very quiet at the minute with Newcastle and transfers. There's like rumors going around about us potentially bringing players in. There's the AC Milan centre back, German centre back. So I don't know how to pronounce it, the name. I'm gonna have to wait till it gets revealed as a player to be like, ah, that's how you pronounce it. But they're coming in, and I think Gonzalo from an Italian, is it an Italian club? Is a right-sided winger, maybe. So there's a couple, but we'll see what happens, mate. That's the one, Sir Cross, yeah. And that's exciting as a centre back coming in, because you can imagine like it covers for Botman until Botman comes back, and then I guess would be the successor to Cher when Cher decides, or Cher doesn't get as much game time, because Cher's cracking on a bit now. One of my favorite players, Fab Cher. It's weird. There's a really good friend of mine over in Switzerland, was in the same school, I think in the same class as Fabian Cher, and he played VG competitively from Switzerland. Very cool. But yeah, Fab Cher is a very cool player. Could always have an AeroPress if you're traveling. I've always wanted one. There's a guy I used to work with, Polly, that used to bring one into the office. Very cool thing. I remember one day it like exploded when he was trying to do it. Such a mess. It was like everywhere. But the coffee was always really nice out of it. It's crazy that I have 4 times the amount of resets for Deoxys while someone else is trying to get a shiny Quagsire in Pokemon Coliseum. Well, good luck with the Quagsire hunt for that Coliseum. But yeah, it's crazy the amount of resets that we have done. I really never thought we'd get to this point, but here we are. We're going to continue going as well. 13k resets, please just sparkle. Damien, I know. Deoxys is the one thing now that we need to get done. We need to get done. I do have a feeling though today that it might happen. I really do. So we'll see. We'll see. Voicemail. Okay. Do. So across 13,765. Very specific, mate, but I will take it because it's pre 14,000. Yeah, I need to press gently. It was a definite overpress. It was way too, like the bottom of it where you put the filter, the little round filters that you get, and then the coffee on top of it. Like he pressed so hard down on it. That bit, I don't think it was screwed on properly, and it just popped up, and it was like up the walls everywhere. It was it's crazy. Like body press, am I right? Yes, mate. Boom, boom, boom. I did so much Raichu hunting before bed last night. The mouse I dreamed of shiny hunting. Just in your dream, and you got the teensy mark. And it was the tiniest little Alolan Raichu ever. Tiny, tiny. Smaller than a Pichu. I think it would be 16,669 just for the funny number. Mate, I hope you're not right. That's a long way off. If it's 16,000, that will be. I mean, I would take it because it's pre 20,000. I'm just trying to look on the bright side of things, right? If it's any of those numbers, then it's like, yeah, it's all right, but it's got to show up at some point. It has to. But then all these things come into my head. I'm like, I wonder if us going to the Safari Zone, prepping for Safari Week, had anything to do with just knocking the shiny out of sync. But then it's like, probably not. None of these things really make a difference, I don't think. But you do start the conspiracy theories when you're gone for a hunt so long, you know. But at least now, you know, the one thing I can say is this is our longest shiny hunt. Whenever we get this shiny, it will be our longest shiny hunt. So I've got that like little accolade we can add to the pile and just be like, yeah, we did a proper hunt. Not looking out like the Celebi, like the Mew, like the other ones. It's like, no, we had to try hard for this one and grind it out, and it was worth it, because it will be worth it when we get it. And I can't say enough. I know I always talk about it, but the whole run from doing the hardcore Nuzlocke and Leaf Green, it was such a fun run. Doing it over again and getting to this point, it was, you know, it was so much fun. So don't have any regrets. It's just, I thought the Deoxys would have shown up by now. It's all good. It's all good. It will show up eventually. I was looking up shiny sandals on Black 2 yesterday for the same reasons. Mate, there's sometimes I just look, like if I'm like doing hunts like I did the Mew recently, I'll be doing the hunt for Mew and I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna watch some other content creators that have caught Mew in their Emerald copies just to see like what the numbers are that they got them in. And then it's either you feel really bad because they get them really low, or you're like, oh, okay, so, or you feel really bad because they got a massive number and you're like, man, it could take us this long to get the thing. Just to know it exists, so just to be like, yeah, it's definitely something that's there. If I could choose a number though, 13,333 would be the one. That would be, I feel like that would be a good number to get it on. But I am at this point just looking forward to jumping into a Soul Silver Shiny Oni Nuzlocke challenge. Like I said last week, I've EV'd the Heracross, so it's ready. We're just waiting to go and take on Whitney now, which is going to be really fun. Then it's Morty, then we'll be able to do the Team Rocket stuff, get Gyarados, finish up the rest of the gyms, the World Island stuff and things like that. Take on Karen, and then get ourselves Lugia or Ho-Oh. Well, not Ho-Oh, just Lugia. But we might pull the Lugia into this game as well. We could get the, is it Naval Rock that we can go to in Fire Red Leaf Green, I think. And then we can hunt Lugia. So we could do a dual hunt for Lugia and for in Leaf Green and in Soul Silver. You need to do a compilation of shiny reactions when you have enough. Yes, I feel like we got enough now to do it, to be honest. We could, I need to do it though, yeah. It's a shame about the Celebi, because the Celebi is such a tiny little screen when we got it. Like when we got the shiny in it when it popped up, because it was like this sort of overlay where the Deoxys is. We had just a virtual console kind of set up. It was very small, but I'm hoping if I can blow it up and make it a little bit bigger and not affect the ratios and stuff. But that was still a really nice one to get. 13,579 wouldn't be bad either. No, that would be all right, mate. I would take that. I would take that for sure. Never seen a shiny reaction from you, Aaron. Maybe today's the day. Your Heracross reaction was my favorite. That face. Dustin, I still can't believe it. I don't know why I turned like pink, like I was like a chameleon gone pink like the Heracross as well. It's funny. The Monster Fiend, I haven't completed any Pokedex in any game. If you're doing any shiny hunts, especially in like Black 2 onwards, it's worth the shiny charm in Black 2. I think it was introduced in Black 2, wasn't it? Yeah, it's worth doing to get the shiny charm, to have those boosted shiny odds. When Deoxys does turn up, do you have a Master Ball for it? Yes, Whisper, we kept the Master Ball from the playthrough, so we've got it. We got it. Ready and waiting. Anthony, tell me good news, mate. Tell me good news. Too much brawn. You got it. You got the Arceus. No way. I'm hoping. I'm waiting for confirmation. Can I post a link to your shiny Geodude reaction as a clip? Of course, mate. Don't need to ask, dude. You go ahead. Need to finish the Snacks Worth quests and Violet just lack motivation. Oh, I know what you mean. It would be more motivating if they weren't shiny locked. Anthony, is it the shiny Arceus that you've got? I'm trying to think. Was it that you were going after? I hope it was, mate. And if you have got it, that's amazing, mate. Told you get it this morning. We just need to follow suit now. D21, good morning, mate. How are you doing today? Great to see you. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream once again in this Deoxys hunt. Another day, hopefully. Today is the day, mate. Hopefully this is the one. Hopefully. Professor Oak, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Salute to you, my friend. If you guys jumping in, if you can't swing down there and drop a like on the stream, it is massively helpful and does help out the stream. Really great way to support the stream this morning and get those likes up if you can. Thank you so much, but just for joining, just for being here. It's great to have you here. Why are they making Legends shiny locked in new games? Son up, I know. I don't know why they did it for Scarlet and Violet. It's like such a running theme at the moment that they're talking about. I have a video coming out soon. It's just a big video. It's like probably the most work I've put into a video that I've ever done on the channel. So I'm hoping it goes down well. It'll be a members only video first. So I want to like, that will be the ease in. But yeah, it should be out soon. It's all about that. So, I hope it's going to be good. But yeah, I don't know why. It's really sad because like it would have just kept us in Scarlet and Violet. It'd give us a reason to go into Scarlet and Violet, you know, and keep playing that game. Because I feel like a lot of us probably feel like we've done everything Scarlet and Violet that we can do. So there's not really much reason to go into it, despite how much you enjoy or you don't enjoy it, you know. Those legendaries being available in their shinies, it's a hunt shiny would have been something I think a lot of players would have loved to be able to do. Today is the day. Shiny luck is real. Still nothing, Tob, mate. Keeping the train going. This is the day Professor Oak has spoken. Today is the day, so it has to be the day. Luke, how you doing, mate? Today is the day. I'm hoping so, mate. It has to be. We should just title the stream, Today is the Day. It would give me a reason to finish Knackworth. Yeah, it would give me the reason to go into my Violet and do anything with those, because I'm just like, there's no point. Feels bad saying that as well. How many days have you been doing this? Dylan, we started the Deoxys hunt. We haven't been doing it every day since then, because obviously I go away and do casting for regional events and other events, EUIC and stuff like that. So I've not been constantly every day, and we've also been doing a shiny Oni Nuzlocke run in Soul Silver alongside this, but we started the Deoxys hunt in March. It was like the day after Pokemon Day, Pokemon Presents. So it's been a long time doing this one. The Monster Fiend, I mean, I can complete my Pokedex for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon and beat SP if I want, but I feel lazy. You should do it for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, especially the post-game stuff. If you ever want to shiny hunt the legendaries in that game, it's a great game with the shiny charm. You've got like a 1 in 1,300 chance for a shiny to pop up in a wormhole, which is amazing. So I think one of the easiest ways to shiny hunt the legendaries, at least I think that we've got compared to modern games. I prefer it to Dynamax Adventures, even though Dynamax Adventures and Sword and Shield is better odds. You've still got to go through a Dynamax Adventure raid every time before you can check if it's shiny, and that's a little bit time consuming. Whereas in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you can just soft reset and just encounter, soft reset, encounter. So you can get through more at a better pace. You're going to hunt the shiny Tatsugiri, or are you keeping the Raichu? I think we'll move on to the Tatsugiri. I'll probably keep the Raichu in my Violet copy for a little while, but in my Scarlet, in my main playthrough, will be changing over. So I'll have to do the Dondozo raid tonight. Is the Dondozo 7-star raid live already? No, Luca. It will be going live 1 a.m. UTC So that'll be like 1 a.m. British time, Friday morning, which is like 9 p.m. Eastern, I think, 7 p.m. Pacific. I think around those sort of times, or might be a little bit different, but it goes live later today, or depending on where you're located, or early tomorrow morning, very early. Easier way of saying it, it's 9 a.m. Japan time, basically, when the event goes live. 9 a.m. Friday when it goes live, Japan time, and then just work that out to your time zone. You're in Asia, it's 7 a.m. Is it 7 a.m.? I always thought it was 9 a.m. Japan time when it went live. Like most of the events go live 9 a.m. Could be wrong though. Could be earlier. The time zones always like throw me off, especially when you've got like daylight savings time and things like that coming in. Different times of the year, different places. It's all very confusing. Looking forward for your Dondoza build. Yeah, mate, I'm curious myself to what it's going to be. It's going to be a good one though. I think it's going to be a slog. But you know, we will have the solo build out as soon as we can. Hopefully we fly through it tonight. Got a shiny Alpha Torterra last night. Sending you that look. Brian, congrats, mate. That's amazing. Was that from the marshlands? That's absolutely sick, mate. That's brilliant. Or was it like an outbreak? Whichever is good, isn't it? For me, it's 7 a.m. Tub. That's not a bad time. I would way prefer that. 1 a.m. for me is brutal. I think the worst one I've had recently has been Stockholm. No, maybe Bologna. Stockholm was probably bad. Stockholm was bad when I was doing a regional event out there and I had to do it in the hotel room. Because I think of the time difference, it went live at 2 a.m. and I don't think I got finished. Because it's way harder to edit the videos and put things together on my laptop than it is with my actual PC. So I don't think I got finished till about 5:30 in the morning, and then just slept, missed breakfast, and then I had to go for like a venue like day stuff the day before regional started. I was tired. that was not fun. And I'm always conscious when I'm in like a hotel room having to do it, because I'm like, I don't really want to be too loud and I don't want to wake up if like the person in the next room. I'm really conscious of trying to not be super loud when I'm doing it. It's my 12 p.m. for me too when it goes live. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. An hour before it goes for me. How do you pronounce chatot? Chatot. Is that all right for you, Never Melt Ice? Chatot. I caught a shiny one today and I was wondering if you guys do the glottal stop on chatot. So it sounds like chatot. No, I go chatot. 8 p.m. tonight here, Kaylee. See, that's like such a nice time. I'd love a raid event to go live at 8 p.m. Yeah, go live, be nice and relaxed. Because like at 1 a.m. I'm not like in the mood where I'm like, oh, I want to be having like any snacks or drinks or anything like that, or doing anything. And I always find it really hard to go live to stream, because I'm kind of conscious that I want to get it done as soon as possible, but I want to take my time with it also. Like, I'd love it to be 8 p.m. where I could like just go live. When the raid goes live, we could do some testing live, we could jump into some raids together, and then I could finish up, do the video, and then it's all rosy after that. But yeah. If it has avalanche over earthquake, might try Goldingo. Pretty sure as good as gold blocks you on. It does make, yes, yeah. And it has recover nasty plot and thunderbolt. That's a good option, I think. Yeah, Goldingo could be a really good shout. If it doesn't have earthquake though, I think Miraidon's probably the one to use. Although the order up makes it a little bit tricky, doesn't it? So belly bolt might be just the better option. But if it's got earthquake and has got avalanche, I just feel like the avalanche makes so much sense because of curse. The synergy between those two moves is so good. And you know, if you pile that up with like curse on top of it, it's gonna be hitting pretty hard. What a shiny Earthworm you requested and called it Osirus. Bits of Dreaming, that's amazing, mate. It's like one of my favorite Scarlet and Violet shinies. Congrats on that, and thank you, mate. That's very kind of you for the nickname as well, mate. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Really happy that you were able to catch it. Yeah, Luca, it's the 26th. Yeah, basically. UK accents are the best. Hey, I'd love to do like a thick Geordie accent for you. I don't know if you'd be able to understand what I was saying. Usually getting ready for bed just because I wake up at 4 a.m. Yeah, no, that makes sense though. When you're getting up that early, yeah, that's like a reasonable time. I'd have to do the same, I think. It's 5 a.m. here in Arkansas. Got to get to the gym early. Mate, the dedication. You guys going to the gym early makes me feel bad because I'm like, I haven't done anything this morning. I'm like, I'll do it later today. I wish I had the motivation just to get up early. I've been sleeping really well recently though, so I'm like, I shouldn't complain too much. Will Annihilate work for the normal Terra Dragonite? Astro, I don't think it will. I think Dragonite will probably have a flying coverage move, and I think for that reason, it's going to make Annihilate extremely difficult to function in those early parts of the raid. You know, where you're stacking up your Rage Fist boosts by taking damage. If the Dragonite's launching out, you know, it could be Hurricane, it could be Aerial Ace, boosted Aerial Ace, you know, and I just think it'll be very difficult for Annihilate. Otherwise, Annihilate would be a good shout. Yeah, I just have my reservations about it. Jonathan, how are we doing today? Hope you're good, mate. Dondozo is later today. Yeah, will be. I love the Australian accent. Yeah, I like an Australian accent. I'd love to be able to do a good one. Go impersonate one. But all I can ever say is put another shrimp on the barbie, and it's just like feels bad kind of just chucking that out. Lee gave all the Geordie Shore characters their slang. Geordie Shore. Work out at night instead of getting up early before work. Oh, that's a cool way to do it. How do you find that, Aaron? I always feel like if I ran late at night, I'd feel like, I don't know if I'd sleep all right. I guess I should just test it. Lazy when it comes to the gym. It's always a battle to go. The M25, I can relate to that, mate. It is a struggle. The worst I ever had was when we lived in London. I used to have to walk past our flat door to go to the gym after work. And there'd be so many times I'd get to the flat door and be like, I'll just go in for 5 minutes. And I know then that it's like, I'm not going to the gym. I'm not coming back out. So it was so hard. So I ended up canceling my gym subscription. And then after work, because I used to have to get a train back to where we were, I used to run after work and wait and get a later train just so I'd be like, okay, I'm not even tempting myself. It's so difficult though. It's so easy to be like, yes, sack it off. James, I'm doing good, mate. How was running been going? It's been going good, mate. It's been going good. It's been a struggle in the heat recently, but it's gone good, mate. It's I'm pleased I'm kind of keeping up the consistency with it. I haven't really pushed the distance too much yet, so I'm still doing like a solid 40 minutes, 4 miles or 6k at the minute. So been a little bit of taking me a bit longer to kind of push it up a little bit further than I thought it might, but it's all right. Got plenty of time. I'm going to be quite patient with it, I think, and just do it gradually. But going good though, mate. I hope you're doing all right as well. Did you just hear a shaman cry? Was it on the track? I think it was. I wish Delphox learned Draco Meteor. Could you imagine? It's such a weird move for it to learn. I don't know if Iron Hands, Belly Drum with Wild Charge and Drain Punch will work. Ooh, I wouldn't go Wild Charge against the Dondozo. Thunder Punch might. Because you could, like, Iron Hands could potentially be a good option. Because you could go, I have thought about it. I don't think you got Belly Drum on it though. You might be able to, but maybe not. Maybe Sword Stance is just a better option. So I think you'd probably likely go Shell Bell as the held item on it, Electric Terrain, Iron Defense, Sword Stance, and then Thunder Punch. And then the Electric Terrain gives you the immunity to the Yawn if it's there. I think the only thing you'd have to worry about is going to be the Earthquake. But with Iron Defense, you get an Iron Defense up early on. You'll be able to take the attacks a lot better. Rain Boosted Wave Crashes could be a little bit awkward. So maybe 2 Iron Defenses. Then Sword Stance up. and then Thunder Punch your way to victory with the Iron Hand. So it could be a decent option. I think you might have to change the EV slightly. May go max defense, max attack with the rest in HP. So it's something to think about. It's just if it's got the Earthquake, it's going to make it a little bit tricky. You could also go focus energy on it as well, but then you're probably losing the electric terrain. But I think if it hasn't got Yawn, you don't really need the electric terrain, so you probably go sword stance, focus energy, Thunder Punch, iron defense. Yeah, so there's a few options depending on what we see it run out with. Thought Shaman was coming to haunt you. Little Shaman. That's a hunt we should do. It's a cute little cry as well. You've got to listen to your body and don't want to overheat, get hurt. Got this, brother. Thank you, James. Yeah, it's been a struggle, mate. There's been a few occasions recently where it's been so hot on an afternoon when I've went, like, I've just had to split the run up and stop just for a moment because I feel like I'm just like burning up and just exhausted. Like, it gets crazy. The extra energy you need when you're in the heat is just, yeah. I feel like training in the heat like should be a thing that you do all the time. It's so much easier training in the winter. Raging Bolt looks kind of fun, to be honest. It has electric terrain, rising voltage. It's actually a really good shout, Sir Cross, yeah. If you've got access to it. It's just not one of them ones that I would say I probably want to feature because it's not something everyone has access to, and it's like a version exclusive and more exclusive even further, like niche down because of the DLCs. I'm trying to look for options that are like base game. That's why Belly Bolt's probably a good one, because then it's like, if it's good consistently, it's a very good option for everyone. Like I've said as well, Vaporeon might be a decent answer to it, you know, with the ability to the only thing with Vaporeon is like you could be susceptible to the Yawns, but with Water Absorb, Calm Mind, Acid Armor, you got Haze on there as well, and then Terra Blast, but you probably want like Mud Slap to chase down to the Terastallization. Yeah, I'm willing to bet it'll have Yawn because it's so annoying. I feel like you're right. Yawn and Curse and Rain Dance will be as additional moves, won't it? The Yawn might be one of those where it just throws it out at the start and then like it may be like 25% of its health remaining or the timer remaining. So it might be something that you don't have to worry about too much in the raid, but yeah, I can see it happening. Again though, I could also see it not having it because everyone expects it to be on there. So it could be one of those where Game Freak are like, haha, you all expect it. You've been preparing for Yawn all week. Well, guess again, friends. Actually gonna be, I don't know, Tickle or something like that instead. Don't know if you're a fan of shellfish, but when you get to Australia, you need to try large barbecued yabby. What's a yabby? I do like shellfish though. Yeah, I do, mate. Very nice. Freeze Dry Glaceon. That's a very good point, especially with the snow up as well. So you get that extra defense boost across. And it gets fake tears, so you could, depending on when the shield goes up, Glaceon could be a very good option. Good shout. The video for your best solo method go up tomorrow. It should be up a couple of hours max after the raid, Luca. So yeah, shouldn't be more than 2 hours. I try and get it up as quick as possible, but it's not always that easy. It depends on the raid. It's like figuring out when. I think the big important things are figuring out when it nullifies our stats, its stats, when the shield generally goes up, what its turn 0 moves are, and what its overall kind of strategy plan is, and if there are any like key moments in the raid where, you know, at 50% health, or if the raid timer hits a certain point, it's going to do a specific thing that could make it very difficult for you to kind of get that momentum swing from that point forward, and then just figuring out what the best option is from there, testing it. Like when I do a solo build for the channel now, it's not just like, oh, I do one run with it. I have to make sure I do about, you know, I do about 5 to 10 runs with it just to make sure that it has got that level of consistency. Because the last thing I really want to do is put something out that I'm claiming to be like a consistent way to do it, and it doesn't work. So I do that all takes a little bit of time, and especially if the raid's a bit longer, then Obviously, doing that testing process takes a little bit more time to do because the raids are generally longer. Like the Pikachu, if that had been the first time the Pikachu raid had been out, that would have been a very quick video to go up, because I think, like, what did it take? Like, it takes about 4.5 minutes to run through with Lurantis or the Superior. But the Dondozo could be one that's like, you're looking at like 7 to 8 minutes, maybe. Might even be longer. So yeah, it depends. It might be a very quick raid though, you know? You can never really judge these things until they go live. You think they're done with the Eeveelutions? No, DM25. I think we'll get one more. I do think we'll get one more. And maybe in the future, and maybe years to come, we'll get additional ones. But I do think there's one left for the cycle. It's a Dragon Eevee. I think that one we might get in ZA. I think it would be such a cool curveball for them to do it. You know, because if you look at like how they've introduced the Eeveelutions in the past, they've always introduced the new ones as pairs. Sylveon was like an outlier there, and you think, why didn't they do it as a pair for this game? And maybe they're waiting for ZA to introduce the pair to the Sylveon, which would be the dragon one. So maybe we see it. I would Drakeon, there we go. Got the name already down. It can't be anything else, can it? Drakeon. It'd be very cool. And it kind of follows the lore with Kalos as well, with a lot of the story, you know, with the fairies, the knights, the dragons also kind of falling into that as well. So maybe. Fingers crossed though. Rock type Eevee 2. I mean, like, if we ended up with like an evolution of every single type, it would be an absolute dream, wouldn't it? It would be. Mighty, I don't like crabs. For me, they are like sea cockroaches. I only like shrimps. They look adorable and taste delicious. Crabs taste good as well. Crabs are freaky though. You get some giant crabs though. I feel like a Scald there. I showed her this picture of like these giant crabs in Japan. Like they were coming up like the side of a pier on these steps. They were massive. It's like, I think I've scarred her for life now. I'd love a Dragon Eevee, but if they do a flying, they might call it Avion. That would be a very cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. Avion. Rock and Dragon and Steel were my choices for the next Evo. A Steel one would be very cool as well. A Poison Eevee, I think, would be one of my favorite. If I had the choice, you know, if I could pick one, I think a Poison Eeveelution would be very cool. Cold though. Toxion. Not really got the ring to it, has it? Shrimp is the only seafood I'll eat. Shrimp is very good. Roz, how are you doing this morning? I hope you're good. Having a nice Thursday morning. And as always, good to see you as we are grinding through these resets here for Deoxys. Once again, hoping today is going to be the day that we get it. How is the Mewtwo hunt going for you? You had much chance to jump in and do any more resets? Hope we don't get a bug evolution. Oh, Aaron, you know what, right? I would actually really love a bug type evolution. I think it would be I think it would look great, you know? But that's just me personally. Yeah. Buggeon. What would the name of it be though? They're all very straightforward names, aren't they? Buggeon, Drakeon. What would the metal one be? Steelion, Aloion. Pantheon. A ghost type Eevee would be really cool. Insecteon. Ah, that's a nice one. I like that. Eevee butterfly crossover. There we go. Buggeon. Yabi is more like a crayfish. So delicious when barbecued with garlic butter sauce. Mate. That sounds great. It sounds good. I'll start it. King Tut Tut. It's been a while since I last watched your stream. Looks like our shiny Deoxys is still yet to come. It is Zapke, still on the hunt for it. Acidion. Yes, that's a cool one. Arachneon for the win. Love it, Anthony. That is a good one. Arachneon. Yeah. Spectreon for the ghost one. You guys got, oh, Nightmarion. That's a cool one, isn't it? Yes. You guys got all this planned out. I feel like Game Freak should hire you guys. This is like the best focus group for future evolutions that I've heard ever in my life. Love hibachi shrimp. I've never had it before. So good. Need to figure out how to duplicate it at home. Sounds good. Motheon. I like that, Polly. Motheon, yeah. A place I always wanted to go in the States is always Red Lobster. I don't know, I've heard about it lots, but I love lobster. We had it a lot when we were kids growing up, just because we lived on the coast. And I always feel like Red Lobster is one of those things you like, those chain places that you hear about a lot. And I would like to go and try it, but I have no idea. And I've never really spoke to anyone that's been to a Red Lobster, so I don't really know if Red Lobster would be good or not. Or if it's one of those where it's like, avoid it. Rathion, yes, I love that. No luck with me too. I'm at 3,000 resets. You're getting through them at a good pace, Roz. I think I'll have it by 4,000. I hope you do. I hope you do. I'll send you some shiny luck for that one. Cheddar Bay biscuits. Whoever wants to do a group BBQ quest, link code is in the chat, and Ivan is hosting it for anyone that does want to do any BBQ quests while they're tuning into the stream today. Really confused on why they haven't added more Eevees in a very long time. I mean, it's literally a potential huge gold mine for new merchandise. I'd love a plush of a dragon Eevee. So true, Mighty. But you got to think, right? Because we got X and Y, and then we never got the Z game, right? We got Osirus, which was a remake, which kind of had the Zygote story in, but never really continued anything from Kalos in that game. So I'm wondering if the whole plan was originally next evolution was always going to be in that Z game, and now because we've got ZA coming up, maybe that's where we do get it, and then they'll continue doing the rest of the evolution line after that. Because like you say, it would make so much sense. It's a massive money making machine for them, isn't it? Like Eevee and the evolutions are such big fan favorites. There's no reason for them not to do it. South Park Red Lobster wedding. Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. Are they good? Okay, they must be good. Could have a stinger for a tail and be a scorpion evolution. That would be so good. Red Lobster has gone through bankruptcy at the moment. Oh man, that's sad. That is sad. So I might never ever get the chance. I've only been to Red Lobster once and don't remember it since I was a kid. Red Lobster is good, but they are closing down slowly. That is sad. I might never ever get the chance to go to a Red Lobster. Is it a bad thing that would be something on my bucket list to do? Most of them are closed, but just get the Cheddar Bay biscuit mix and make them at home. Can't probably make better lobster at home. Yeah, because lobster's not that difficult to do at home, especially if you know how to, like, what's it called? What's the method called? Because it's like when you do it with crabbing, you get the meat out, breaking the shell and stuff. Both sides of my family are fishermen, and I really don't like seafood. I do keep trying it. Both sides, mate. But okay, nothing beyond them. Really wish I enjoyed it. That's sad, mate. Yeah, I feel like that's like where, as a kid, like, because my granddad, he was very much involved. Like, he was a fisherman when he was younger, and his cousins all have a lot of the fishing boats up in sea houses, and they do a lot of the tours now, but they have a lot of the fishing boats up there. And it was just a big thing in our family. Like, my uncle Billy would always have lobster pots in, always have lobster in, and we'd always have seafood at home when we were growing up. So it was always something that was like just around us, you know. I feel very fortunate for that, because I think it was just where we lived. But I do enjoy it, fortunately. I can't imagine, mate. I know, like, yeah, people that just don't like seafood, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Maybe one day, mate, if you keep trying it enough, it might be one of those things that you just, like, suddenly think, wow, I like this. Just watch a documentary about the rise and fall of Red Lobster. Foreign investment and VC killed them, sadly. Oh, that is sad, mate. Is there anything I can find a list of legit shiny mythical still available on what games consoles I would need? I don't know about an exact video, but we can talk you through some stuff that is available for you to get right now, depending on what you've got access to. So in the older games, Pokemon Emerald, you need to inject these events into the game or use the Pomeg glitch. So that would be another thing you'd have to do. So we'll start with Emerald. You can get Deoxys, Celebi, Mythicals in those games and shiny hunt them. Not recommended to hunt for Deoxys in Emerald though. I would hunt for Deoxys in Leaf Green or Fire Red. Again, you're going to have to inject or do a glitch to get the event gifts, but Deoxys is huntable in Fire Red and Leaf Green, like we're doing now. Then you're going to move up to like the virtual consoles, I would guess, because Red, Blue, and Yellow probably don't have any Mythicals that you're going to be able to get other than the 8F Underfloor glitch for Mew, which you can do in those games and then trade up to Pokemon Home at the moment. The other ones are going to be Crystal. That's where you're going to be able to access Celebi. If you've got the virtual console game for Crystal on your 3DS system or DS system, then you'll be able to access those. Shiny hunt for Celebi. Other Mythicals though, Mythical hunts. You've got Fione, so you could do that if you can get yourself a Manaphy from Legends Arceus, BDSP. You can breed that and get a shiny Fione because that's not shiny locked. You've still got access. It's hard to get a hold of. You got the, if you're in the States, you can get the Colosseum bonus disc, which has the Jirachi, Wishmaker Jirachi, which you can trade into Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire, but it needs to be US to US games to do that. But that's available as a shiny Mythical. If you're in the UK or Europe or Australia, I believe you would need Pokemon Channel, and that will trade in. I think it's a bit more of a workaround because I think you got to finish the whole Pokemon Channel thing before you can trade in the Jirachi to your European or Australian copies of Ruby or Sapphire. Then you've got the Manaphy in Gen 4, which is through Pokemon Ranger. So Pokemon Ranger is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to finish. I think you'd need to find a copy where the Ranger core wasn't active on the main menu, so you could still transfer the egg, but you can only transfer one Manaphy egg to one game. And it's a real workaround for that, because once you trade the egg into that game, you actually need to have a chance for it to be shiny. It will never be shiny in the game that you trade it into, so you need to then trade that egg to another copy of Diamond and Pearl and then hatch it in that game and see if it's shiny. And if not, then you need to send it to another game and then start a new save file essentially, and then keep that process going. It's a better process to do with about 4 to 5 eggs at a time. Hard to get that many eggs though if you're doing it legitimately through 4 or 5 copies of Ranger, because it's not only time consuming but very expensive as well to do. So that there basically, and then outside of that you've got BDSP, which is on the Switch. You've got Shaman and you've got Darkrai that you can shiny hunt in those games, but you need Orc's Letter for the Shaman, which was a mystery gift that's finished now, so if you didn't get it at the time when it was running. And then the members card as well for Darkrai, again ran at the same time as the Orc's Letter mystery gift, but that's in BDSP. Platinum though, if you have a copy of that, you can use the Void glitch, and you can access both Shaman and Darkrai in those games through a glitch, and you can shiny hunt them in those games. Odds are a lot like double to what they would be in BDSP, so maybe a little bit harder. Resets are probably a bit quicker though. And Arceus as well is another one that you can shiny hunt in BDSP, but to access Arceus in BDSP to get the Azure Flute, you need a copy of Pokemon Legends Arceus, and you need to have finished that game. You need to have battled Arceus, finished it, and then the Azure Flute, if it's on the same console, that save file will allow you to get the Azure Flute and then go up and encounter Arceus and shiny hunt in those games. So that's pretty much everything. I don't think I've missed anything off from the mythical shiny hunts that you've got available in these games at the moment, so hopefully that's helpful. I've went through everything and probably too much detail. Thank you again for the good vibes. Honestly believe I wouldn't have gotten this Arceus if you didn't join this live. You would have, mate, but I appreciate the sentiment. I'm just so happy, Anthony, that you got that shiny Arceus, and you did it when we were streaming as well, mate. That is the main thing, so that's awesome. Congrats again, mate. Great shiny to have. Are you going to be porting it up to Scarlet and Violet? And alongside you really boosted me that last hour. Mate, it's boosted me. It's given me hope that we'll get this Deoxys today. Deoxys shiny hunt is the only one I did. Wow, that's very cool, mate. That's very cool. It's a good one to do if you ever did one. Anyone hear what happened with Tenacious D? No, I didn't, Aaron. What happened? Tell us, tell us. The last thing I saw from Tenacious D was Wicked Game. They did that like was it like a 1 minute 30 edition of Wicked Game? Very cool though. Funny video as well. Thank you so much. That was so helpful and very in detail. This is why you're my favorite Pokemon YouTuber. That's very kind of you, mate. But I hope it's helpful. I know Rich asked for this a long time ago, and I did script it all out, and I just haven't had time to really put it into a video. But it would be very useful, probably in one video. So it was like something that people could look at in a bit more detail, and I could probably spend a little bit more time going through all the different hunts that are still available, legal to do, while Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Transport are kind of pending closure. Yeah, they don't make it easy. Yeah, William, it's a real pain. It's a real pain, and to be able to fight Arceus, I think you need to like get everything in your decks to like level 10 entry. So it's a real grind. It's like you don't need to perfect everything, but I think it needs to be like each Pokedex entry needs to be like rank 10. And then once you've done that, you can then go and battle Arceus, and after that point, once you've beat it, then you can unlock the Azure Flute. So it's a real slog to be able to do it. Bought a capture card for it to RNG Manip, and it showed up in my first try. Wow, that's very cool, mate. That's cool. First try as well. Kid, you made a Trump remark, so GB is ending the tour early and cancelling the new album they were working on. What? No way. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And canceling a new album, that seems a bit far. Like, those guys, you'd surely be friends, and you'd know that, like, dude, just don't say that anymore. And that would be that. That's crazy. That's sad for people that were like kind of like bought tickets to their future shows. My Tale of Mystery Dungeon, they were some of my favorite games when I was a fetus. In my opinion, they have better stories than any of the mainline games, and it's a controversial opinion. No, mate, totally worthwhile. And thank you, Astro, for the super chat, mate. I really appreciate coming through and supporting the stream this morning. Went to board a flight, enjoyed the stream. It's very relaxing. Thank you, Astro, mate. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for the support, and of course, mate, have a very safe flight. Where are you off to, mate? I haven't even asked to feel rude, but I hope you have a safe journey wherever you're off to today, mate. And as always, thank you for hopping in and joining us. Yeah, level 10, it's the task on its own. Crazy task on its own. It's such a grind. I did not enjoy having to do it for a second time. It was like, no. I believe you don't have to complete the decks. For some, I just transferred them from home and I could challenge Arceus, but the game was so much fun. Oh, by the way, has Newcastle started preseason yet? Yeah, we've started preseason. I think we had, I think we're back now. We had a week out in Germany last week at the Adidas HQ. We had one friendly behind closed doors game against a third division German team. We won 4-1. I think we had like two halves of like different 11s. Then we played Burnley. Was it Monday or was it yesterday? I can't remember, but we beat Burnley 4-1, I think. So we've started, and then we're going to Japan. Team's going to Japan next week. So yeah, all go, mate. And then I think they're back for a week of the Seller Cup at St. James's Park. Genoa, and I can't remember the other team that's taking part in it. There's like 3 teams playing in the Seller Cup at St. James's. So excited, mate. I'm looking forward to the season kicking off, and we got Southampton at home, so it should be a nice one for us to ease into the Premier League season. Hopefully we make some signings before it all starts. But yeah, we'll have to see. By Trump remark, he means that KG said for his birthday wish, he hopes next time. Oh, okay, that's that's pretty. That's a different level. Okay, you can kind of understand that. Like, no matter who it is, you kind of never want to say stuff like that, even if it's for a laugh. It's kind of like a bit too soon after the way too soon after the incident. Kind of sucks. Daft thing to do, but I'm not into this cancel culture drama. No, I'm not about it, mate. People say stuff, like, depends what it is, right? You know, if you're, I don't like the cancel culture at all, but people make mistakes, right? You know, like, you know, people can make mistakes, genuine mistakes, and no, people should be given a second chance, I think. Depending on what it is, of course. There are different degrees of like stuff that's like bad, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like the cancel culture stuff. I don't really like drama, mate, either, you know. Done everything on Legends and need to complete only that. William, good luck with it, mate. I hope it doesn't take too long to get all of that done. 10 on everything's for the shiny charm. Okay, so just completing the decks. So that's not too bad, especially if you can pull things in from home. That makes it a lot easier. So I'm overcomplicating it. It didn't need to be. I feel like I'm just scarred from having to get the shiny charm then. Personally, I thought it was an overreaction. It was a joke in very poor taste. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, doesn't it? But it just still a joke. Apologize for what he said. Yeah, just a joke, you know. And I think that's it. Like, I feel like that sort of thing, because you are the band, right? You've known that person for like how long? Probably decades, right? At this stage. I feel like it could be just one of those things where you just go backstage and be like, dude, that was not cool. Like, this is not what we're about. We have a laugh on stage, but like, there is a line, and like, that was a line we shouldn't have crossed tonight. Like, let's not do that again. Put out your apology publicly, and then we'll just we'll draw a line under it, and that's it. You don't need to go back to it again, you know. That would be fine. Cancel a whole tour and an album. Feels like there's like underlying other issues there that might be that might be the reason to be like, that's all I needed a reason for to sack this whole thing off, you know. Crazy one of my oldest friends. We can talk about literally anything, most embarrassing things, but we can never talk politics. On two opposite sides, and she believes my side is the most evil. It's weird, isn't it? Like, I feel like that's just a thing that you just don't do in friend groups. It's always like, if a conversation in a friend group is veering towards that direction, it's like, I'm always the first to be like, let's swerve this in a different direction, because everyone's got their own views and they're very personal to that person, because whatever has happened, you know, in your life at whatever time, you've got strong beliefs on like how things should work because whatever reason, right? But I think it can be a very difficult thing. But yeah, it can cause arguments. It's always like, yeah, never a good idea. It's the passion though. Passion, people are very passionate about it, you know? So you can kind of understand. But yeah, it's always the one thing I always find the same. I was daydreaming about a Pokemon ecological horror fan game. Like a vibing leaf video. That would be really unique. I would play it even if I'm not interested in the fan games. Mighty, I feel like you should just create this game. $30 years. That's crazy, isn't it, Ashley? Yeah. Had a hell of a time trying to catch Enamorous. No way you'll be able to catch Arceus and PLA. I still haven't finished the game. Arceus, you'll be fine with, mate. Enamorous is so annoying. Sneaking up behind those rocks, trying to get it. Ah, it was the most annoying out of the genies for me to get, mate. Did not enjoy that hunt at all. Just want to reaffirm this chat is the best I've ever been a part of. Level-headedness is what it should be like across the board. Rich, we salute you and welcome you in, mate. With open arms. Always. Say politics out of almost all aspects of life. Yeah. just know who I can and can't talk about politics and keep my Facebook too cute and animal videos and food. Yeah. It's like one of those things, like, you just know, don't you, where you're like, it's safe to voice my opinions around this person, but this other person, it's like, don't utter a word. All the genies are hard in PLA. Tornadoes I didn't enjoy. Thunderous, yeah, Thunderous is really annoying. I mean, the first time I caught Thunderous, I got really lucky. I was diving over it with the Basket Legion and I managed to throw something at it. It was kind of a cool, like, shot thing where I threw something down in midair and stunned it and then managed to snag it. Second time around getting it in my other playthrough was not, yeah, it was not fun. So they're not the easiest. I never found Landorus that difficult because you can kind of really sneak around. If you get rid of the Infernib that's in that area, the Alpha Infernib, then you can kind of sneak around pretty freely in that area to get the Landorus. But as soon as they spot you, it's so annoying. Just wish the stealth spray would last a little bit longer, you know? It's always like the stealth spray will run out at the wrong time and you'll be like right next to it and it'll just like notice you, kick off and then pop away. You're like, ah. Yeah, probably Whisper. Makes sense. Archer, how are we doing this morning, mate? I hope you're well. Deoxys, I had to, because it's a mystery gift event and that's long gone. The only way I was able to get it was using my GB operator, mate. This little device here. I don't know if you've heard of them before. They're a very cool little device, but I used that to inject the event into the game so I could have the Aurora ticket, do the hunt legitimately. But yeah, it's the only way. I don't know if you can use the Pomeg glitch. Can you use Pomeg glitch in? No, you can't in Fire Red Leaf Green. I don't think you can, but you can in Emerald to get it. So you can do it without a device in Emerald. The problem with cancel culture is that it doesn't leave any room for forgiveness, and considering we all make mistakes. Exactly, mate. That's it. You know, like I said, there's some things that you can do that are just like pretty much unforgivable, right? But I mean, they're like pretty serious things, right? Most of the time. It's just people being like not thinking about something, chasing clout, getting carried away in a moment, saying one thing, and then that just snowballs and just people just pile in. And I'm not a big fan of it, you know. And also, you never really know like both sides of the story in a lot of things. Like there's always two sides to the story. I think you got to always kind of take that into consideration. Not everything, like you don't have to accept everything at face value. Like doesn't matter where it's coming from, you know, there will always be like another side to the story. So it's always kind of trying to like have a rational head about things as well, and like not just dive in like without reason, you know. But I don't know, you guys all seem like pretty reasonable, so I think like it does give hope to the, you know, I feel like it's just the loudest are always the minority, right? Minority. So I do keep that in the back of the mind, you know. Minority always shout the loudest. Politics even affects Pokemon. It's the reason that EU games don't have the game corner on Gen 4. This is true. And why Gold and Silver don't have, they have Volto Flip instead of the game corner. We should have just played on a Japanese copy of Heart Gold. That's the one we should have played on. We still would have had access to the game corner in that. We wouldn't have had to worry about Voltorb Flip. It's not fair that Japan get it and we don't. Zachary, good morning, mate. I hope you're well, having a great day. And Stephanie, how are you today? Great to see both of you. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream with us as we continue the hunt up towards this, I guess, 14,000 mark for Deoxys. Is it going to come soon? Hopefully. I've got to feel confident that it will. Anyone got Arceus? I do, but I don't really have one I could trade, unfortunately. Okay, I've seen the Pomeg glitch on Emerald to get the ticket. I'm hoping if it works that I can mix records and transfer to my green. Oh, that'd be very cool. Yeah, that would be a cool way to do it. That way it sounds like it would actually work. So good luck with it, mate. I think the Pomeg glitch is a really cool way to access it for sure. It's probably the way that I would have liked to have done it, but I felt very time constrained because I had the GB operator already. I kind of just wimped out and went down that route with it. We've got a shiny alpha female Heracross for trade if anyone wants it. Stephanie. Very nice female Heracross. We got one of those. It was a couple of weeks ago now since we got it in a Soul Silver run. Very cool Pokemon. Whitney is not going to know what hits her when we rock up to the gym with our shiny Heracross. And a female one as well, so your attract is not even going to affect us. I have to look at the GB Opera. It might also be a purchase at the end of the month. It's a really cool little device. It is very good, especially if you've got like the Gen 1, Gen 2 games and you want to back up those saves. So when the batteries go on those games, you never lose the save file. It's really cool for that. And then also makes getting the event tickets for Leaf Green Emerald stuff so much easier, you know. Darius, what's my favorite Deoxys form and why? I've always said it would be the attack form. I love the attack form Deoxys. But I have been saying, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again, that the defense form, the longer it's on the overlay here, is growing on me more and more. I'm starting to like that one. What about yourself, Darius? What is your preferred Deoxys form? It is defense form and Leaf Green, of course, so that's kind of what we're locked to going for. Speed form is your favorite, Aaron. The sleek speed form. Recommend a local level first so you can see what your city town does, because it's most likely to affect you. It's very true. Very true indeed. Looks like Randy Savage. Macho Man Randy Savage. And I have like the vaguest memories of Macho Man Randy Savage. I had a great uncle that used to watch wrestling, so when we were kids and we used to go up there, it was like the very first days of Sky. He was like the first person I ever knew to ever have Sky, and he was always, even into his old age, like a huge WWE fan. It was WWF at the time, but I remember going up there and he would like put the wrestling on, like me and my brother, and it was like, yeah, I remember Macho Man Randy Savage being part of it. He used to tell us all about the wrestling. That's how we got into WWE as kids, through my Uncle Johnny. Crazy. He's from Hungary as well. Great guy. Great guy. Defense form is really goofy and I like it. Or doesn't have a neck. Yeah, he's just got just a helmet sunk into his body. I like the Deoxys speed the most. The promo art for the Emeralds Prima guide made it look extremely good. That's very true. I remember that guide as well, Darius. The artwork is just absolutely, yeah, phenomenal, mate, isn't it? That one hand on Deoxys looks like it's aggressively grabbing the character. I know it does, doesn't it, when it comes out? It's weird though, the sprite. When you look at the sprite, I'm pretty sure the sprite has 2 arms and then it goes to the 1 arm. Kind of weird. Pretty sure it does have, yeah. Unless that's not a thumb and that's just like the other. Yeah, so maybe not. Yeah, it's probably not. No, making it up. I did the Pommel glitch in Emerald. Not shiny, duped it several times, then it's to Scarlet and Violet so that I could have one of each form that sent them to home for my collection. That's super nice, Rose. How easy was it to do with the Pommel glitch in Emerald? Shadow, Glimmer and Ice Age, how are you doing? Hope you're good today. Good to see you. Hope you're coming in at a good moment when this Deoxys is about to pop up shiny. Shiny hunting for Alpha Goodra in Arceus. I'm guessing that's Goodra. Not Goodrich. I want it to be Goodrich. But good luck with that shiny hunt, Stephanie. Hope you get it very soon. Let us know in the chat if you do manage to snag it anytime soon. Love every Deoxys form. We completed Alpha Ruby 4 times to have one of each of them. That's very cool. That's a massive undertaking as well. I think my favorite Deoxys form is attack form. Mine too. That is probably mine. Matthew, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. And Matt, how are you this morning? What are your thoughts on Worlds this year? Which restricted do you think will take the win? You know, right? Like a few weeks ago, I was pretty convinced that I think Terapagos would be the one. but I really don't know. I think how things have been shaping up recently in the format, my mind is definitely like, I've got some questions. Like, I don't know, will it be Kyogre? I think Kyogre could potentially. It's got a lot of potential. Groudon as well. There's some Groudon teams that I've seen from Japanese players. Just the last few days that I think they're really good team comps. They're solid and they're doing some good work. When I've seen some battle videos of those players using those teams, I think, wow, yeah. So I don't know, Koraidon's looked pretty decent as well. I think the Koraidon Venusaur stuff's interesting as well. Sleep Powder's always going to be something like really powerful if you can make the most of it with the other members of the team. I'm finding it very difficult to pick one restricted right now that I think is going to come out on top. You know, I think there's a good few candidates that could do well going into this tournament. And then I go back to Terapagos. I do think it's very good, but with the rise of Urshifu and the kind of the team comps around these restricteds, it's just making it harder and harder for Terapagos to kind of find that footholding in the format. And I think the one thing about Terapagos that it really goes against it is that stellar terrestrialization, because you can't remove that fighting type weakness. Sasha Urshifu is just going to be, I feel like, on every single team. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the one, you know. Might be Kyogre Groudon stuff. Maybe. I don't know though. Let me know what you think. Tell me what you're thinking. Stephanie, thank you so much for the subscribe. Really appreciate the support. It's great to have you joining the stream with us today as well. Great to have you here. And good luck with that shiny hunt as well. Like I say, there's some great guides out there. So that's what I used. It wasn't hard, but I was nervous about it. Yeah, that's, I'm like jumping in to try it. I'm going to be nervous. I'll check some out, Roz. But it's nice knowing that you've done it, and like, yeah, I can kind of follow suit with you. Hopefully not break anything along the way. There are mats in the chat. Multiple. Good to have all the mats here. I like speed form Deoxys. Yeah, speed form's nice. It is a cool one. I have a trend of remembering cringy things that I did in the past and cringing out in the present day. Mate, don't do that. Don't punish yourself. I'm glad that I abandoned Twitter before I cancel by something that I said when I was angry. Yeah, I mean, it's always a thing. Like, you get a lot of people like getting mad at stuff and then just posting things that they regret later. But yeah, I've been kind of trying to stay off Twitter recently. I feel every time I go on there, it's just like, I don't know. I'm either just finding myself after 5 minutes being like, I'm just wasting my time on this platform, like looking at nonsense, or there's like very few things on there that just are like, kind of like, I don't know, happy news, you know? So not been doing much. Well, look who's decided to turn up after so many days out. We've been worried about you, mate. We've been worried. Where have you been, dude? I hope you've been well. Riley, how are you doing, mate? Good morning. It's been a crazy busy week for me, so I'm not sure how long I'll be around. Mate, I hope everything's all right with you. You know, I'm just joking, but I hope you're well. Great to see you as always, mate. And the rest of the week isn't as busy as it's been for you so far. I just need for the short period of time, if you're here for, I just need to know, Goose Hunt, any luck? Any luck? Yay, nay? I just saw a picture someone made of a Mega Deoxys by combining all the forms in one. Oh, that sounds very cool. That sounds very cool. I've been playing around with Scarlet Kyogre and it's been super fun. CSR. It's just too broken. No, being able to tear away the 4x weakness is just so strong. Yeah, I could, yeah. Shadow Rider is very, very, very strong. Trick Room also looks good with Ice Rider. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like not discounting Shadow Rider or Ice Rider Calyrex, because like, don't forget like how powerful they are, you know. Shadow, I would say, as much as like my personal favorite was going to be Ice Rider for how I would probably want to build a team, I'd probably say Ice Rider would be the one that I would go to first, but I think the correct choice is always going to be Shadow Rider. I think Shadow Rider is just so strong. And I think, yeah, there's ways to get around that, the Trick Room matchup with it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Shadow Rider won Worlds. I will try and get my guesses down a little bit like narrower to a fewer Pokemon as we get closer to the event, of course, as well. I'm excited to see what players come up with. Pokemon Legends Deoxys, a meteor crashes into the earth, and when it crashes it releases energy where certain Pokemon were able to change forms, its regular attack, defense, or speed form. That'd be so cool, Andy. I love that idea. That would be cool. So the radiation that those Pokemon are exposed to could also do the different form changes, all attack, speed, defense, all of that good stuff. Yeah, all's well and good here. We had 5 people quit in 6 days. Oh, mate, that is rubbish. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Still no luck on the goose. My pal and I have been enjoying Pokemon TCG, getting into it for the first time. That's awesome, mate. That's brilliant. Is that TCG Live that you're playing on? We'll have to have a game sometime, mate. I don't know if my deck's like relevant with the current meta. Been thinking of using Zarude for Dondozo, but worried of the ice moves. He's been sleeping in the box for too long. If there's no avalanche there, I think probably a good shout. Are you ready for Pokemon ZA? More than ready, Stephanie. I cannot wait for it. But I feel like it's going to be a long wait until it pops up, you know? I think it's not going to be anytime soon. Which is sad. But also, on another point, it's like, okay, well, when it does drop, we know it's going to be great, right? I'm looking forward to Worlds. It's always unpredictable. I think the Ice Rider or Shadow Rider might take the title. Yeah, Shadow Rider for me would be, if I banked on one of them, I think Shadow Rider would be the one. It's scary, scary good. There's also Miraidon as well, you know. I think Miraidon isn't one of those Pokemon to sleep on either. I think if we've seen a trend of people coming away from that electric Terra type and more into like a fairy Terra type, where it's always kind of been more fairy Terra type Miraidon predominantly in Japan than the electric ever was, where the electric kind of had that big upturn over here in Europe and US. But the fairy Terra type, I think Miraidon's definitely something that we could see making waves as well. It's a very strong Pokemon, you know. Vlad, so today we've done about what? Nearly 500 resets today. Nearly. So getting through them at a decent pace. Means you got more time for shiny hunting. Very true. Vlad, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. I appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy the stream for however long you can stick around today. Just the online game, but apparently there's a Sneasel deck floating around in Japan with new cards coming out in August. That is very exciting. Is that the Shrouded Fable set that's coming out in August? Is that out now? I'm confused about what the most recent set is. Yeah, Zachary, I think you're right with the Koraidon. It's a very strong Pokemon, and when you look at the potential of it being able to activate that photosynthesis ability, it opens up the door for a lot of other Pokemon. Not to mention how I think Chi-Yu's a very strong pick at the moment in the format. So boosting the power of that, boosting Fluttermane, it just, yeah, you know, I think it's a very strong. We were talking about it yesterday on stream. I think what I would probably be, if I was wanting to use Koraidon format at the minute, I would be trying to get as best a team possible built around Koraidon, like Double Sun, Koraidon and Torkoal, and probably Venusaur in there as well. And I had a way to just dictate the weather throughout the battle whenever I wanted. And you cover like that fast mode with Koraidon, you cover the slow mode with Torkoal, you've got Trick Room in there somewhere, you've probably got Frigoraph as well. It feels like that team comes together very easily, and it's just those final pieces that are the hard ones. But I think if you can lock in what those final pieces are, maybe it's Urshifu or something like that, like probably single strike Urshifu rather than rapid strike because of the sun, then I think it could be a really strong team. No, not yet, Riley. Nothing's been announced yet, mate. I remember the first time I saw on stream Terra Electric Choice Specs Miraidon one-shot Incineroar with Volt Switch. Jaw dropped. Same with me, mate. Yes. even after I saw that, when we were in Bologna and we saw like a few stream matches with Miraidon, still then I was like, you know, just the ability to delete Incineroar. It's just, yeah, you just don't expect it. So good though, so strong, so strong. The only thing about Koraidon, and I mentioned it yesterday, was you've really got to pick when you're clicking the Flare Blitz button, because you need to make sure that the trade-offs that you're, you know, taking are worthwhile because of the recoil damage. Like Koraidon, if it just had a stronger non-recoil, maybe a less powerful non-recoil fire type attack, it would be so much stronger, you know. Which is a shame it doesn't. Wish they'd kept you as a permanent member for casters, as you and Jamie have such a wonderful chemistry. Oh, that's very kind of you, Ashley. Yeah, there's a big group now of casters, so it just makes sense that, you know, they rotate for events in and out, so everyone gets a shot on the desk and stuff like that. I'm just grateful to keep getting asked back, and I hope I do, mate. It's I know there'll be a time when there's probably new blood into the casting scene, and, you know, they might just say thanks for your services. That day might come. It'll be a sad day, but, you know, I'm prepared for it when it does come around. And all I can say is I've got some really good memories from doing it, and hopefully more to come this next season or so. Doesn't stop me wanting to play though, so that might be just the thing I need to be like, okay, now it's time to go hard on the playing side of things, you know. So we'll see. It's not the end of Pokemon for me. It would just be an end to a chapter. They might not decide that though. They might be like, no, we want to keep this guy. I hope they do, you know, but you never know what's going on with Pokemon and stuff like that. Bit random, but do you enjoy changing up your luck hair for every Pokemon game? Every Pokemon game? Oh, with my character in game? Yeah, I do. I watch your older guide videos for games and I haven't completed yet. You have very different looks for each game. Yes, yeah, I do tend to, yeah. Oh, do you mean like me personally? At the minute, if you're talking about me personally, this year I decided I'm growing my hair to donate to charity at the end of the year. So there's a charity called the Little Princess Trust. It sounds very much girl oriented, but they make wigs for both boys and girls, non-binary children that have issues with hair loss. That can be due to cancer treatments, that can be due to alopecia, or many other like health reasons where children, young children, lose their hair. And this charity make real hair wigs for those children, and you can donate your hair to them. So at the start of the year is like, okay, that's what I'm doing this year. I'm going to grow my hair out despite everything else that I'm doing. So that's why my look might keep changing, because I'm trying to change my hair and manage it. But yeah, I'm also trying to raise money as well for the charity. So it costs £750 for them to make a wig with every donation that they get. So alongside the hair donation, I'm trying to raise a minimum of £750 so I can donate the hair and the money to the charity at the end of the year. So it's just a little something that I am doing. It's been difficult though, because I've always been used to having quite short hair, so having longer hair, it's a bit harder to manage. And it's I've been talking the last couple of months like it's been in that in-between stage where I'm like getting used to it, but I still feel like I'm in the middle of the in-between stage. I just hope when I come around to casting next that it's in a place where it's a bit more manageable. I could do something with it, you know, or I just resort to a headband. I don't know, we'll see. Thank you, Polly. And D21. So that was the idea at the start of the year, and then next year, so hopefully when I can cut my hair, donate it, and have a bit more of a manageable hair. There's a part of me though that kind of liking the longer hair, really. So after I've done it, I might just do it again. Maybe, I don't know, but I kind of like the longer hair. There's a little part of me that does, but won't stop me donating it. But next year I've got at least one half marathon. I'm gonna hopefully do 2 half marathons next year, and looks like one of them will be for another children's charity called Tommy's in the UK. So they support children with illnesses and stuff like that, babies, and provide a lot of care for both children and parents in those horrible situations. And then the Great North Run, which I'm hoping to do next summer, at the end of next summer. I don't know what I'm gonna do fundraiser for that, so we'll see what we decide to do, but they're two in the swing at the moment. The Monster Fiend, good night, mate. Thank you for hanging in for 2 hours. I know it's very, very early where you are, but it's great having you in the stream while we've been kicking off this morning. You get some good rest, mate. Hopefully I'll catch you in a stream sometime soon, but thanks for swinging by, and I'll hopefully, like I say, catch you later on in the week. We'll not be streaming next week because I am away next week, but the week after we'll be back with a full schedule as per usual. How do you deal with the change of format, power creeps, etc., i.e. motivation to compete, having been competing for so long? Just curious. I always get very excited every new generation, so it's pretty easy for me to get into a new format, Ashley. Like I always enjoy a new bunch of Pokemon coming because I know it's a new bunch of tools. It's like learning new things that are available, learning how they can maybe interact with older tools that we've already got access to, like new items, new abilities, new Pokemon, new typings. It's like, yeah, and like the design of a Pokemon, even though it's like not important in competitive, it always plays a big part. And I'm like, oh, I love the design of that Pokemon, I want to make that work in competitive, then soon find out that it doesn't work so well. Or maybe sometimes those rare occasions where it does work really well, I'm like ecstatic, you know, like Naganadel. With the Ultra Boost, when that got introduced in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I was like so pumped about that Pokemon. I really loved it, and I was able to put it into a very solid team for a regional event. But I will be honest, I really struggled in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon. I really struggled to have any sort of motivation to play competitive just because of Z moves. I was really not a big fan of that mechanic. And I think as well with Sword and Shield as well, I struggled with Sword and Shield because Dynamax, Gigantamax was again not really my jam. But Terrestrialization I love, so you know, I think you're always going to get those like big swings in new generation where some of them might not be stuff that you really like, but then other generations, you're always going to get a new generation where it comes around, and then, you know, or you could just kind of keep playing it. I remember when Megas first came in, and I really wasn't a huge fan of Mega Pokemon, but then I really grew to love Megas as that X and Y format kind of started to go forward. And then I think having that finish at Worlds, that definitely helped like pull me in a little bit more, you know. But it's always hard to get used to stuff when, especially at first, if you're not like massively in love with a new mechanic or a format or something like that. The motivation's hard to find sometimes, but I think a lot of the time with it, it's finding a team that like gels with you, that you kind of vibe with, a specific team in a format, and that I think helps massively pull you in and get you involved in it. And then from there, it's kind of like the springboard that you need to go on, you know. Not always easy though. Do you think Scarlet and Violet Terra is one of the best things for VGC? Yes, Zachary, I would say it's the best mechanic we've ever had in competitive Pokemon. If we're talking about like gimmicks, it's the best one by far, most balanced one. With open team sheets, with closed team sheets, maybe not. With open team sheets, yes. Love Dynamax, but really dislike Terra. That's the thing, like that's the beauty about it all. Like everyone has their own opinion on what they like for various reasons, you know. It's not that I hated Dynamax or Gigantamax, it just wasn't one of my favorites, just for a few reasons really. And I guess it's more down to how I'm used to playing the game, you know. But there's nothing wrong with it, just wasn't my preferred gimmick, you know. Thoughts on Reg G with only one restricted? I think it's an interesting format. I like it. I like playing it. But it's like protect the queen or protect the king, isn't it? You know. I think GS Cup will be better, but I don't mind the variety of different teams, different Pokemon that we are seeing in Regulation G. I think it's it's good to have that real variety throughout events and throughout like what people want to play, what they think is the best idea to go into a tournament with. So from that side of things, as a spectator, I think it's good. It's just a very difficult format, isn't it? Because a lot of the time you can kind of like have good matchups against majority of the field, but there'll be one matchup, one restricted that you think I'm gonna struggle against that, but you don't expect to see it, and then that restricted might be the Pokemon that a lot of other players pick up on, and or it might be not very many in the field, and that's the only matchup. You might get bad luck, bad matchup, run into it, and then kind of ruins your run, you know. So I think whereas full JS Cup with 2 restricteds covers bases like so much better, but we aren't there yet. I think that'll be the next restricted format. We should hear very soon, I think. Terror is a nightmare in closed team sheets. Fun in open team sheets, yeah, John. Closed team sheets. I want to say like one of the, was it Korea or was it Singapore? Their national championships. I think maybe even Japan did this as well. I think through the best of 1, the early stages of their national championships, it was best of 1 and it was closed team sheets, and then it went to open team sheets and top cut of best of 3. It's like nuts that you have a national level event, closed team sheets, or it was open team sheets, best of 1, and everything was available on the open team sheet except the Terra type. It was something mad like that. That crazy decision that they made, something along those lines. I'm like, what? No, you like the one thing that you need is the Terra type. Don't care about anything else. Just give us the Terra type for the Pokemon and we'll be all right. But yeah, I didn't like Dynamax. It was tedious, I thought. Yeah, I was a bit the same. I think Dynamax and Gigantamax to me was way overpowered. It gave the ability to have almost a delete button in situations where a normal battle you wouldn't have a way to just delete a Pokemon, even if it was unresisted. And the power creeps that you got and the additional secondary effects that you got from Dynamax and Gigantamax, just way too overpowered for me. But like I said, that's just my personal opinion on it, with how I like to play the game. Other people really enjoyed it, which is great. Oh, Dynamax raids. Yeah, Dynamax raids weren't the most fun, especially when you look at them in comparison to Terra raids. I feel like Terra raids are a massive upgrade on Dynamax raids. How do you feel about Terra only lasting 3 turns like Dynamax and needing an item like Mega Z? I feel like Terra is too OP without much of a drawback. I don't see it so much like that, Matt. I think Terra how it is now is fine, because I think the one thing that happens with when you terrestrialize is, yes, you get rid of some of your main base typing weaknesses, right? But by turning into that other type, then you get new weaknesses. So I think it's a good way. It's like a double-edged sword, where it can be super beneficial to you in one situation, but in another situation it can be a real detriment to you, because sometimes in battles you'll see, and you've seen it like throughout the season this year, where you'll have players get into a position on the board, they'll terrestrialize, they'll wipe out the 2 Pokemon in front of them, and then because they don't know the Pokemon hidden in the back, their opponent, pretty relaxed about it, can bring something in and then can react to that terrestrialization by either terrestrializing their own Pokemon or just having a Pokemon out on the field right now that pretty much is in such in a way more advantageous situation. So I think it's a really good balanced mechanic from my point of view anyway, for how board positions can be cultivated. It's not too oppressive as a gimmick as well. It doesn't feel like it's massively broken. I think when you're going into like the levels of Terrapagos, there's a few things that Terrapagos does, but I guess for good reason, right? It's a legendary Pokemon. It should be really powerful. They definitely give it a lot of tools to play with. And I guess even Terrapagos, I said it earlier on the stream, we were talking about it, it suffers from that being only able to Stellar Terrestrialize, where it can't remove that fighting type weakness. And in a format where we've got nothing but Urshifu's pretty much on every team, it does give it a hard time, especially when Urshifu's sashed, and if the opponent plays the Urshifu well, keeps that sash intact, then you've pretty much got a guaranteed win against Terrapagos in really whatever situation you're kind of up against it, you know. So I think it's a very balanced mechanic, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion on it, you know. But that would be my 2 cents on it. I think Terra opens up to the users and opponent's skill set to attack and defend, which is really competitive. Yeah, and that's what I like about it. I think when you look at Pokemon as a competitive esport, I think the ability of an opponent to cultivate board positions and win conditions over a period of time while taking as few kind of losses throughout that period when that board position's been tried to be kind of set up, I think is one of the greatest things to see. And like looking at someone and seeing how their mind's working to kind of not over extenuate in a battle, not get into positions where you're taking too much damage, and not over predicting your opponent, reading the situation the whole time. So I think there's a lot can be said. It reminds me a lot of like 2012, 2013 VG formats, where it was a lot of like, you know, there was a lot of slow paced battles, whereas Terastallization gives you the ability to have that kind of slow paced battle, but also at the same time it gives you that burst damage that sometimes you require. So I feel like they did a very good job, Game Freak, with Terastallization as a mechanic. It's gonna be a lot of work to do better than it for Gen 10. They got their work massively cut out for them to do one better than Terastallization. What would be the perfect natured want for shiny Deoxys to have? I would probably say timid. I think that's what I would like. Timid or modest. I'd probably lean a little bit more towards modest, but yeah, timid or modest would be absolutely phenomenal. Speaking of Terapagos, why does it even have the base form when it always changes? I know, right? Just to be cute. Just to be cute. So they could have a cutscene. That's also true, Stephanie. Yeah, a cute cutscene. Yeah, it is very cute in its base form as well. When I used Terapagos for the first time, it's weird how the single target Terrastar Storm does more damage than a Terastallized Terrastar Storm, unless the opponent's Terastallized. Yeah, that's very true. I really like Calm-Mind Terapagos. That's like my preferred set. I think it's a little bit better. I did like the Power Herb Meteor Beam one that won Japan Nationals, though. I thought that was a really unique way of using it, you know? How the heck are they gonna follow up Terra? I wonder if they'll just have a year with no mechanics. Maybe they'll be like, well, what can we do? We've actually just, we've outdone ourselves. The bar has been set, and everything that we've got up to this point is not coming close. Just be like, yeah, let's just ignore. Let's bring Megas back. That's what they're gonna do. I feel like Megas will have a big part to play maybe in Gen 10, because I think like it'll follow on, especially if we see, like in my mind, ZA is probably not gonna be something that we play competitive on, right? If we're really like honest with ourselves, I would love it to be, but I really can't see it happening. But I do think with them bringing Megas back in ZA, maybe that leads on to a new mechanic. Maybe that story continues into Gen 10. And maybe those new Mega Pokemon that we get in ZA, that'll give them a way to be able to bring them into the newer games. Because we're not going to be able to bring new Megas in or regional forms or whatever we get from ZA into Scarlet and Violet. It's just not going to happen. The next game that we're going to be able to port those into is going to be that Gen 10 title. So I think in a roundabout way, it would feel weird that they create new Mega Pokemon in ZA, which is going to be this big premiere kind of release for 2025, and then potentially the year later we have a game where you can't ever use those Megas. They're only locked to that like one specific game, because you can't go back to the last time we had Megas in Oras and put those new Megas into that game, and you can't put them into Scarlet and Violet sideways. So if you don't have that mechanic in the Gen 10 games, then it's like, they're forever locked in ZA and we can never use them outside of that, which feels kind of bad. And from a marketing standpoint, I guess you've created and probably put a lot of time and money and effort into these new designs. That is if we get them, for them never to be used again. Apologies. An ice cream van has just went past my house. Should I go out and get some ice cream? Weird time for the ice cream van to be coming around. But yeah. Do you guys get ice cream vans coming around where you live? Like a man in an ice cream van giving you ice creams. Well, not giving you them. I mean, you have to give the guy money, the lady money, and then they'll give you a nice tasty treat. It's always something I loved when I was a kid. We always used to get an ice cream van, used to come around ours as a kid. And of course, my nana as well was an ice cream lady, so that was always a bit of a bonus. I explain a little bit of my extra weight that I had as a child. I used to work summers for her on the ice cream van. She was the best. She would be like, "Yes, son, just have whatever you want when you're in the van working." She'd be sitting out the front of the van, chatting to everyone, smoking cigarettes, and I'd be in the van slogging away, making ice cream, serving people. But yeah, I got paid and I got to have as many treats as I wanted. It was great time. Ice cream trucks are a classic nostalgia. The ice cream man only comes around here when it's sunny. I mean, it's raining today outside, so he's dead. This ice cream man is dedicated. It's a different one to the one we normally get. We get one on an evening most nights, but this one is a new one. It's like, I don't know if there's like turf wars with ice cream vans. Is there? Do you get turf wars with them? Margarita vans are better. That would be the one, wouldn't it, Rose? Yeah, I'd be out there now. They occasionally come down our street. My mum's dog knows the ice cream van man's song, makes her go out to get them cupcakes. That's very cool. I love that. Yes, one comes to my work in the warm weather and there's a work site across the road. It's so funny seeing the burly men line up. Yeah, I bet. Everyone out for 99. 99 ice cream with a flake, please. Yeah, the ice cream van even shows up regularly in winter. It gets pretty cold. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, like, ice cream lady would come around, yeah, even in the winter, which I always liked because they'd always have like pocket money. We could always go out and we get sweets. So ice cream lady didn't just sell ice cream, she sold like penny mix-up sweets, so you could get like whatever that she had in the van, you know, like the tubs of the Haribo, like penny sweets. So we'd always go up and be like, "Can I have 20 jelly turtles, please?" And she'd get a little bag out and she'd put like count 20 out and give you them. Great. Oh, Stephanie, I hope you have some luck with that Gudra. I hope you manage to snag it. Sending you some good vibes. I never come around in the winter where I live. Live a house away from the community pool, so I hear the ice cream truck all summer. Oh, I wish we had a community pool around here. That'd be so good. All the smoke. Shiny luck. Thank you, mate. I'm gonna take it. Take it, reap it. David, how are you doing, mate? Hope you are well. 13,500. We're over the mark now, so space alien has to appear at some point. Just hoping it does. Oh, come on, space alien. Try a backstrike as well, Stephanie. Backstrike with sticky globs. And what's the big black? Is it the heavy ball? It's not the heavy ball. I can't remember what the name is off the top of my head. No, that's probably quite true, Zachary. Yeah, when it's minus 20 outside, you're like, yeah, ice cream can wait another day. The gigaton, yeah, the gigaton. Backstrike gigaton ball. I always felt like ice cream trucks were only in the movies and shows. Never seen one in the Netherlands. Oh, wow. Luke, I feel sad for you, mate. We have lots of them in the UK. Some of them are good, some of them not so good. I've never tried the ones. I've never actually been out to the ice cream truck that comes around ours. The two of them. This one's still down, so it must be. People must be buying ice cream from it, because I feel like the other one comes down sometimes and then leaves straight away if there's no one about. Normally for us though, comes at like a really weird time, like 6:45. So it's like, we normally had like dinner by then, so. I never saw one growing up, but where I live now, I see it once in every while. Do you guys ever go out to it though and get an ice cream? You're making me feel like having a Twister, right? Oh mate, a Twister. Twisters are the best. You know, my favorite used to be as a kid was a Zap lolly. Zaps were absolutely amazing. Probably full of like nothing that was good for you, but one of the best. And they used to do, I think they took them off the market because there was something wrong, and like I feel like they discontinued them for whatever reason. But for a while when I was a kid, they used to do these Spider-Man ice lollies. So it'd be like a red strawberry ice lolly on the outside, and then there would be a layer in between, like the next bit of ice lolly, and in that space was like this blue sauce, and it was like a blue raspberry flavored sauce. It's like the best ice lolly ever. But yeah, they discontinued them. I never know why. But yeah, I always remember those Spider-Man lollies. Always looked for them at the store as well, even after the man at our local like shop was like, no, they've discontinued them, we won't get them anymore. And I can't remember the reason that he said, but I still looked out for them everywhere I went. I was like, I wonder if this place has got Spider-Man ice lollies, but they never did. Never had another one. Calypso is another one that's I always used to like a Calypso as well. This is melt in the bottom. I don't know if you get those in the States, but they're really good. They're good. Ribena one. I'm gonna fail my Gudra so you can get your shiny. Don't fail it, Stephanie. No, don't. We don't accept that. We will both get our shinies. Don't think the ice cream truck comes around where I live now. Moved 3 years ago and I haven't seen one since. Aaron, maybe that's your calling. You need to get an ice cream truck and be the ice cream man. My go-to strawberry shortcake bar, making me want one right now. Maybe I'll have to listen here if I can hear the ice cream man comes around today. That sounds like a good bar. I used to like the they used to do these like wafers, like they used to do like a thick wafer, and it was like chocolate on the outside of it, and then in the middle of the wafer, it was, because it was pretty thick, was like marshmallow, and then you would get like ice cream scoop, like 2 balls of ice cream on top of it. You get like a bit of like strawberry sauce, and then a thin wafer on the top of that, and then you have it like an ice cream sandwich. It's like really cool, but never see those anymore. Did you also have the treasure chests ice cream in the UK? They're nostalgia for me. No, I've never had them. That sounds like amazing. Calippo and a feast, Whisper. My god, I haven't heard about a feast in years. A feast. Wow. Feast is good. Nice chunk of chocolate in the middle. Yeah, a huge chunk of chocolate. Jonathan, how you doing, mate? 13,544. I hope you're right, mate. We're nearly there. Come on, we gotta get it. Year or so back, middle of October, we heard an ice cream truck at about 8 p.m. while it was raining. Was quite ominous. Yeah, that's a weird time, isn't it? It feels like why have they come out when it's raining? You guys are killing me here with the ice cream talk. My favorite frozen treat is the Klondike giant cookie sandwich. I have no idea what that is, but I know I would enjoy it. It sounds absolutely incredible. 2 chocolate chip cookies, soft ice cream filling. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds great, actually. Riley, what do you think my chances are of getting one of those if I go out to the ice cream man now? Excuse me, good sir, do you have a Klondike? Can I have a Klondike, please? There's my money. I don't want to hear it. You just get me a Klondike. That's what I've come for. You're an ice cream man, and I expect you to deliver. How do you think that would go down? You think I would come away with a Klondike? Something else, maybe. Music boy, man. Still not getting a shiny, and over odds anyways, been coming back playing Legends Arceus, and I failed a shiny because it ran away. Oh, mate. It's like I think when I go back to Legends Arceus, I always need to remind myself that I need that reflex, like, of anytime I hear the shiny noise, instantly save every time. I'm sorry to hear that you failed one, mate. I hope you are able to get the redeem very soon, my friend. Being on to the food truck that has Fruity Pebbles milkshake. Oh, nice. I've had way too many. Yeah, I would be the same. Chocolate chip cookie sandwich is so good. I'm calling it 13,626 for the shiny. 626 specifically as a connection to Stitch's experiment number. Mate, I hope it drops on that number. I really do. I do. I'm gonna like a good green tea frozen mochi now. Oh, nice. That does sound good. Like proper refreshing as well. Don't think ice cream vans in the UK have it. No, I don't. Nah, I would be very surprised. There might be those like real hipster ice cream vans that like you come across now and again that might do. Do you have Talenti Gelato or Les where you live? I don't think so, mate. Just finished the chocolate cherry cheesecake flavor. It was good. It sounds good as well. You can probably find them at a gas station or 7-Eleven. They're pretty popular. I don't think the ice cream guys can sell Klondike stuff since it's a large brand and needs licensing, I imagine. Yeah, I mean, they all sell, like in the UK, they're definitely not gonna, I don't think they'd have them in the UK, if I'm being honest. I've never heard of the Klondike name. But the ice cream guys, in their vans, they all sell like branded stuff, like everything. I don't know if they need a license either to just sell it. Maybe that's like more of a US thing. I think if you're an ice cream van and you've got like all of your health and safety stuff, you can probably just go to the cash and carry and get whatever ice cream and iced lollies and ice cream bars that you want and then just sell that. I imagine. Music Boy, yesterday I got lucky because I got 2 shiny alphas in a row. Wow. Carnivine and Glade, super nice shinies. Congrats. But that Starly is such a pain. Starly is a pain, mate. Good luck with it though. I hope you get some better luck with it soon. Doing a massive mass outbreak where you get rid of outbreak save and then reset. Yeah, it's a good way to do it. And there he goes, Mr. Whippy on his way. My supermarket has Klondikes. I've never tried it though. Rose, you know what you need to do. You know what the mission is. Yeah, I've never really seen an ice cream van without like all of the stuff. But I don't know if you need the license. It's always the thing. I feel like being an ice cream man would be a fun job though. And I got a Heracross that's only shiny alpha. Wow, that's very, very cool. Such a nice one to get as well. Congrats. What is the hardest shiny hunt you've ever done? Probably this one. Probably this one, Cool Trainer Carl. This is the longest one that I've ever done. Now, officially. Which is, I guess something. Just be interesting to see how long it is going to be. Gonna be an ice cream man. I'd eat all the product. Well, that would be my problem. I would definitely be snacking all day long. Like, and here you go. Need to go and get some more stock again. I was at a good day today. Nah, I kind of, yeah. And they're like, oh, you didn't eat all the stuff. You didn't eat all the product again. Yeah. I finally made a French omelette. I'm satisfied with. Nice, mate. Sounds good. Hope you enjoy it, my friend. Johnny Arceus in Pearl, I'm going at 13,078. I hope you managed to get that soon. That is an absolutely amazing shiny. We had Anthony earlier on that was hunting the Arceus. Managed to snag it while we were streaming, which is awesome. I get what you're saying about Aaron, but to be honest, I'd rather have a quality pint over some cheaply made bear and barley ice cream in a quart quality quantity for me. Yeah, I can't disagree with that, David. I know what you mean. I like to get into voice acting, but I don't know where to start. And yeah, voice acting is a very cool thing to be able to do. I'd love to be able to do it. I wonder if it's just one of those things that you could do, like you could just start putting things together on like a YouTube channel of examples of like the different voices that you could do, and then get yourself a show reel of like you doing different things, and then just putting yourself about, you know, I guess offering your services to, because there's got to be like you know, production students like at universities doing projects for like their grad work and stuff like that, you know, that needs people to do the voices and stuff. And I guess getting into those circles will give you ways of getting like work, doing it for free, getting you into doing stuff like that. That's probably the way I would sort of try and approach it, I think. If you have a chance to ever get the giant cookie ice cream sound, it will change the way you see the world. Colors are bright and music sounds nicer, and you can jump a bit higher. Also sugar. Do you think that's the reason why I'm not getting the shiny, Riley? Because I just haven't experienced it. The Klondike bar. Klondike. Great company name as well. Guess they got 3 shiny marked Riolu. Nice, Phantom. That's awesome, mate. Congrats. What marks were they? Don't have a shiny in Scarlet yet, Stephanie. You will get one. No trouble at all. You know what I need? A slice of key lime pie with ice cream. Luke, that is exactly what we need. It's waiting. The Deoxys is waiting for it to be served up. I got a 3D printed shiny charm. Does that count? That's very, very cool. That's very cool. I'd love something like that, like on a keychain. Pokemon Mike, how are you doing, mate? Voice acting, make a list of names, personas you voice, then make some kind of audio, video script that showcase them, post online, and tag studios and producers and other actors be noticed. I'd love to do voice acting. I think it'd be so fun to do. Smiley and lunchtime mark. Very cool, mate. Very cool. Went on Scarlet and there's a Dondozo outbreak on my map. How ironic. It's a sign, Sir Cross. It's a sign. It's coming. Winter's coming. Key lime pie is life. It's my favorite pie. I've still yet to experience it. I feel like I'm missing out. How's the day? Day's going good, mate. How about yourself? I hope you're doing all right, my friend. And as always, good to see you, mate. Hope things over in sunny Hawaii are good for you. Okay, put the Klondikes on my shopping list. Reviews pending. Roz, I am in anticipation to hear how the Klondike is of Riley's leading us down a garden path. I have Giddy and Feisty marks. Oh, nice. Some of my Alolan Raichu marks. That's very cool. I got the Feisty mark, which is, I think the Feisty mark's a really nice one. Reese's Cup Klondike Elite. Ooh. How long do you think it will take me to my my? I have no idea. To find yours, Stephanie. What, a shiny in Pokemon Scarlet and... Oh, your Arceus. Hopefully not long. I'm gonna say the next 200 resets that you do for it, you're gonna get it. That's gonna be a nice low estimate. I have a feeling that that's when it's gonna drop. Had better days. Oh, mate. Sorry to hear. Hope things start to pick up for you, mate. The Hawaiian sun and the wind makes it a little better. Hawaii shave ice cream. Must try. Oh, that sounds good, mate. And yes, you are right. Sun and the wind. Sounds good, mate. Sounds good. But thoughts with you, man. Hope everything does pick up a little bit better for you for the rest of the day. Can't wait for autumn to get all of the pumpkin flavored stuff. I love pumpkin. Pumpkin picking. I'm going to try and carve a better Gengar out of a pumpkin this year. I did one not last year, I think the year before, and it was alright, but I feel like I could do better. Just realized Snorlax opens its eyes when it attacks in Colosseum. So adorable. Does it? That's good. I didn't realize that. Snorlax just feels like it's constantly asleep for whatever it does. What was Snorlax's like signature Z move? Pulverizing Pancake, wasn't it? Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant animation. I love it when it's just like it tilts its head up and it's like eyes are like up are like alpha eyes for a minute. Oh my god, yes. Fall is my favorite season. Can't wait for the pumpkin spice lattes and the weather to change in the leaves. Yeah, when it gets nice and cool as well. And when it faints as well. Snorlax is my spirit Pokemon. It's a good choice, Aaron. I feel like it's the best choice. Made pumpkin soup before. That sounds like it would be good. I always want to do that. I think where you get the pumpkin, you carve out and you fill it with like cheese and then you bake it in the oven. I think that would be like a good thing. And then you have like a fondue, sort of like pumpkin fondue, and you can like peel bits of the pumpkin, cook pumpkin away as well. I reckon that would be good. You need a lot of cheese though to fill like a pumpkin. I guess you'd have to do it with like a small one, but in my mind you would do it with a good sized pumpkin, so it'd be like a huge cheese ball. So good. Shiny Mega Chenpao is my spirit Pokemon. Snow on Fly, the best Mega of them all. I was driving when you were talking about ice cream men. We used to have an ice cream man that came to my secondary school, and it was well-known secret that he'd also sold cigarettes to the kids. The absolute Chad ice cream man you had. That's hilarious, mate. Yeah, it's like on the side. On the surface, just all innocent. On the side, it's like, yeah, kid, do you want some tabs? 10 L&B. Quality, mate. I know about the Klondike bar is that the slogan was, what would you do for a Klondike bar? And the ads back in the day had people doing crazy stuff for Klondike bar. What would you do for a Klondike bar? I feel like I have to be able to try the Klondike bar before I'd be able to say what I'd do for a Klondike bar. Should I put the shiny Goodra on hold and switch to Turtwig? I think do what you want, like what you feel is best, because like I think if you're not feeling the Goodra hunt at the moment, bench it. Do it again at another point, yeah, and go for the Turtwig. But I don't know. Persistence doesn't always work out. I've been persistent with this Deoxys hunt because I've been like benching everything else. And I guess it's good because potentially getting us closer to getting the Deoxys. But at the same time, I'm like, I do want to go and do some other things. Love fall because I can make soups and chili in the crock pot, especially chicken gnocchi soup. That sounds great. Yeah, could you imagine, Mike? I feel like it's one of those things, like once you've done it, you're gonna have to commit to eating however much it is there, because yeah, the reheating of the cheese ball would not be fun. Could air fryer it though, that might work. You can buy smaller edible pumpkins. Wouldn't eat the UK carving pumpkins. They aren't very nice. Are they not good? Are they not? I don't think I've ever eaten one. Like I've had pumpkin pie before, but that wasn't from like a carving pumpkin. We need Gigantamax Chenpao. A giant snow leopard. Commit to eating or putting friends in front. Yeah. Mate, that just reminds me, like a couple of years ago, I won one of those massive Toblerone bars. You know, the giant Toblerone bars. And it was like really cool that I won it. And then we soon realized that it was like the worst thing in the world because there's no way you can, like, I think one triangle is the same amount of chocolate as a big Toblerone bar. And there's like, well, yeah, I don't know how many letters there are, but there's a lot of big chunks. We couldn't give it away to enough people. We tried to give it away, more bits away to people that had accepted bits in the first place. And then we ended up with like, I think 3 chunks we just had to throw away in the end. Such a waste. But I've never had Toblerone again since then. Being like, nah, it's put me off. Too much. So I don't know who buys them, but they are crazy big. That's what it reminds me of. The pumpkin cheese ball. I feel like that would be something that you would just do. A good idea at the time. And then it would just be too much. You'd be like, and you have to eat it there on the spot. Go catch snakes, Stephanie. Is that not like kind of dangerous? I feel like that sounds dangerous. Might sound stupid, but I'm gonna be Swiper from Dora for Halloween. I love stupid, goofy humor. Swiper, great. I love it, Aaron. Swiper, no swiping. Can do a good Swiper impression. Love Dora. Toblerone is so good. And I can get my siblings and I one for Christmas every year. Always look forward to it. Mate, I know what you mean. It's like, it's such a great thing, right? But yeah, it's that much Toblerone was too much. I really like the fruit nut Toblerone. That's a really nice one. The white chocolate one, I'm not a big fan of white chocolate, so but the nougat bits. I'm probably with Natalie on spring. I think spring's probably my favorite time of the year. Gotta get ready for work. See you later, Matthew. Thank you so much for coming by the stream, mate. Have a great day, and I'll hopefully catch up with you very soon. So you don't mess with the venomous ones. That's true. I think, like, I just wouldn't know which ones were venomous and which weren't, so I'd just stay away from all of them. Wes, how are you doing, mate? Do you think Electros is going to be the best for the Dondozo? Potentially, I think it's a good one to think about, especially if Earthquake's there. It's got the Levitate, it's got Acid Spray, it's got a bunch of good options that it can really slow down the Dondozo. I think you get, does it get Clear Smog as well? That might be quite good. It gets Astro Acid, but I don't think that'll be that useful, especially if it's got Water Veil. I think if it's got its regular abilities for whatever reason, like Unaware, Astro Acid, Electros could be a really good play. Yeah, good sleeper pick. Something to consider going in. Definitely not one to just say, that's not going to be good. Cadbury Fruit and Nut Bar is so good. Yes, one of my favorites. Such a good bar. It's like dangerous stuff, though. You like Toblerone? I do like Toblerone, but I probably wouldn't go picking it up very eagerly anymore after getting the giant one. I'm not kidding. It was like massive. It was massive. Huge. I can't show you. Like, it was like at least nearly a meter long, this Toblerone bar. The chunks were literally the size of my head. So much chocolate. It's crazy. Yeah, the colors in Autumn Petra are the best, aren't they, mate? My friends are really good with handling snakes, so we'd be safe. Like a real life Steve Irwin out there. That's true as well. Getting wrapped up going out, and it's cold. Could you imagine a 7-star origin form Giratina for Halloween? That would be amazing. How good would that be? That would be so good. Yeah, they should do it. You know what I would prefer though? 7-star Mars Shadow Terror Raid. That's what they need to do. Fall is without question the best season. It's still nice out during the day, so you can enjoy the weather. Days aren't short like in winter, spring. You have a bonfire night and still fish. That's true. Lots of pluses about it. I really like early September, like early to late September. September's probably my favorite month of the year. It's always like nice and warm still, but not too warm. Yeah, you get the long nights still. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I love Bounty. Coconut filled chocolate is amazing when served cold. I've never had it cold. I'll have to try it. Need the old Ultra Sun Moon giveaways, the legend ones, the shiny Chen Pao in the roster. I looked at Kamala for Dondozo just for fun. That's not a bad idea with the, is the Comatose ability, isn't it? The fire pits across, yeah. Right, I think, friends, because I have to go and pick up the car, it's probably going to take us to 13,600 today, which is pretty sad. I know I'm finishing a bit earlier, but we did start way earlier today. And I feel like that's probably a good place to stop. And I'm really sad that we haven't got it before I have to go away. So unfortunately I leave tomorrow, so there won't be a stream tomorrow. And then the next stream when we're back will be the Monday, a week on Monday. So I'll be out all next week. So it'll be the 5th of August, which is really sad. But it'd be nice having a break, of course. I'm just, can we get the Deoxys in the last few? It'd be nice if we can. Glad I was able to stick around and see. Yeah, missing 2 streams felt weird. It was weird without you. We were talking about you yesterday, Riley. We were like, where's Riley? Like 1 day without you? It's like, huh, okay. 2 days we were like, he's ditched us. He's mugged us off. He doesn't want to hang out with us anymore. Superior Duck, how are you doing? King Pen, how are you? Take care, Riley, and chat. Yeah, everyone, I hope you all have a lot of fun. Obviously, I will do the video for the Dondozo later, so if you're struggling with a solo build, there'll be something there to help you out with that one when it goes live. Good luck with the outbreaks as well when they drop. I'll be able to look with the shinies and doing the Dondozo raid when it goes live. It'll be good, but yeah, it'll be nice to be coming back. I would have just loved to have been able to kind of be like, Deoxys done, but it doesn't feel like that is not good. I don't know. Any reset, we could get it, right? We still got a few to go. You know, we need to go to the token 2 as well. But yeah, I would have liked to have done longer today, but like I say, I need to go pick up the car, and I feel like it's probably now rather than I can't really leave it too much later to get it because the place shuts. 7-star Hooper, that would be a great one. King Pen, good. What about you? I'm doing good, mate. Thanks for asking. Very kind of you. Good to hear you're all right as well. Stay safe, folks, and enjoy a week off streams. Remember to leave a like, and I'll catch you folks in the comment section of the raid vids. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, everyone take care of themselves. Have a fun week, of course. We've still got a few more resets to go, so don't go anywhere. Because if you stuck around this long, you have to stick around to the end, because I don't want the Deoxys to pop up very last minute and anyone miss it that's been here the majority of the time. That would be tragic. So I will tell you, if I get the Arceus or Gudra, yes, do let us know, especially all of you that are doing those hunts at the moment, got those going on. Let me know if you have any luck with them. I wish you all shiny luck when you're jumping into that. I'm going to be going for a couple of streams for Dondozo raids. I don't do anything to deal with a giant whale. It'll be good. It'll be, well, I don't know. It just depends on what moveset it's got. So we'll have to see what comes out when it goes live later tonight. King Pen, you sub. Thank you so much, mate. I appreciate it. It will shine, I believe. Petro. Can you imagine if it did in these last few? You know what this means then? While you're gone, the goose is coming, which unlocks the lemon alien. That is very true, mate. So when we come back, the yellow alien will be the one. And then obviously next week, even though I'm away, I will get details out about the 24-hour stream that we're going to do probably a week on Sunday. So I'll get all the info out about that as soon as I can, so you guys have got a good heads up with what we're going to do. And hopefully I'm probably going to recruit some ideas from you guys for things that we can do throughout the stream if we hit like certain membership targets and stuff like that, some forfeits. And if you've got any funny ideas or things you think would be good for us to do, obviously the only thing that I can't do is cut my hair, because I'm doing that for charity this year, so I have to leave the hair. I can't color it, I can't do anything with it because it has to be in normal condition. But outside of that, there's no holds barred. So if you've got any ideas for things that we can put into the stream when we're doing that 24-hour stream for targets and things like that, let me know. It would be it'd be good to have your opinions on that. So this will be 13,598, and we'll have 4 more to go, and then we'll end up. But it's always good to do some Wi-Fi battles. We'll definitely do some Wi-Fi battles, Sir Cross, for sure. Definitely, mate. Mama Murphy, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Just joined. Love when YouTube doesn't send me a notification. That is very annoying. I'm sorry it hasn't sent the notification, and I'm also sorry because I am literally just winding down the stream. We're about to finish up as well, so I'm really sorry you're coming in right at the end of the stream today, but I'm glad I got to catch you before we did sign off. D21 13,600. This next one, could it be the one? Rad Dad Online, how are you doing, mate? You're coming in right as we're ending today. Oh, mate, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. At the end, I know. And I'm just saying bye because I can't stream tomorrow, and we'll be back on the 5th of August. But like I said, I will be putting some posts out with updates on that 24-hour stream. So we'll get all the details of that confirmed over the next 2 days. And you know I've got to do the 2 extra bonus resets as well. But it looks like we're in a good position. Next time we come on, we'll be able to get up to 14,000 with the Deoxys. I'm hoping that's going to be the one where we can finally see it shine. It has been a massive slog so far, and I feel like it's going to continue to be, isn't it? Unless one of these 2 will be shiny. That one is not. Can it be the last one of the day? Let's see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the 24-hour stream. It will be very good. But like I say, if you've got ideas for forfeits and things you want to see, if we hit certain member goals throughout the stream, then let me know. But we'll be doing a variety of different content throughout the 24 hours because it's a good bunch of time. Come on. 13602. Be the shiny. Rayquaza, come on. No. Well, there we go, friends. So on that note, I will just say thank you for coming by the stream today. Thank you for all the likes, all the support, super chat we had from Astro earlier, all the new subscriptions as well, and just for being awesome like you always are. So have a great rest of your day. Have a great week next week. I'm gonna miss the streams. It'll be good. Wear a Sunderland shirt. That's a good one actually, but that would mean me buying a Sunderland shirt. I could DH gate it, couldn't I? If I order it now, a DH gate special, and then we could do something with it, like burn it at the end of the stream. I mean, that's a bit extreme. I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably just put it away or re-gift it. Yeah, but it's going to be good to be back next week. Keep an eye out on the channel as well next week, because I will put some updates about the 24-hour stream and get some feedback about things like that. It would be great to do. So yeah, enjoy the events when they go live later tonight, the Tatsugiri, the Dondozo. Have fun with them over the weekend into next week, and I'll see you all when I'm back on the 5th of August, friends. So take it easy until then, and I'll catch up with you all very soon. So thank you again, friends. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.